Hello, everyone, and welcome to Random Number Generation, the GDQ Hotfix show about randomizers, randomizer adjacent content, and the wonderful runners and communities behind them. I'm Skybills, your host, and this is episode 123, Super Mario Odyssey Talkatoo with Dangers. Dangers, how are you doing? It's wonderful to see you.
Hello. It's good to be here. Thank you for the invite.
And of course, welcome to everyone in chat, everyone who's showing all those wonderful Dangers Burb emotes. I told Dangers, I'm like, we better see some Dangers Burb emotes all over chat. I love the Dangers Burb. And of course, we have Dangers Burb live here as well. So everyone make sure to get your wings together here for Dangers and be sure to follow Dangers at twitch.tv/Dangers. We got a lot of ground here to cover, Dangers. So why don't we go right into the content here and we'll introduce as we go into Talkatoo. And we need to talk about why this one is different from the last Talkatoo we did. This one's a little different this time.
Yes. I believe we probably just did a regular Talkatoo speedrun last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will explain as we're loading in, I suppose. But Sky was definitely telling me that they like the bird emotes, so don't be shy with those. Don't be shy with those, chat. All right. Okay. So we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck and have fun. So, yes, the last time we just did a regular Talkatoo, and I was talking to Dangers, and I'm like, all right, Dangers, I need something that's a little bit of a longer category. What do you have for me?
That's right. So, I imagine that sometimes you get multiple guests and you fill your 3-hour block with a few different runs.
Sometimes we figure out a way to have extended categories. Sometimes we do two of the same thing if we can figure out ways to make them a little different. We've been getting a little creative lately. I like to have the same runner on for the entire show because there's so many different things that I like to feature, so many different stories to share. So for here, I asked Dangers, I'm like, well, what do you got around 3 hours for me? And you're like, well, there is a longer category of Talkatoo, which I had no idea there was a longer category.
Yeah, so, I mean, Talkatoo is kind of a nebulous idea. It's a randomizer built within the game, so to speak. At least when you played Odyssey 1,000 times, you're looking for new ways to play it. We found one, and it's by using Talkatoo to randomize. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you just need to get to the credits. This game does have multiple, I guess, bonus objectives based on how many moons you collect. There are 2 extra kingdoms at the end of the game called Dark and Darker Side, and they are unlocked when you collect 250 and 500 moons, respectively. Now, I can't say that I have ever actually tried to do a Dark Side Talkatoo run before, but that is what we're going to attempt to do today. So not only do I have to get to the credits of the game, not only do I have to collect only the moons that Talkatoo gives me, with some exceptions. We'll talk about that in a second. But I also have to try and collect 250 moons so that we can unlock Dark Side and complete it. So will we have enough time to do that in 3 hours? That's kind of what we're testing live here for you guys right now.
Sure. And again, this is roughly going to be, we're going to have some breaks here, about 250 or so. And it's a showcase. You know, we don't know how far Dangers is going to get. That's part of the fun here, right? On RNG, we never know how far things are going to get. So when we call something a showcase here, I would say get extra hype for that because we don't know where things are going to go with that. And that's kind of the nature of this show. It's a matter of experimenting. It's a matter of testing. It's a matter of maybe this is something Dangers wants to try on your own stream at some point, or folks want to try to experiment with. I mean, I've never seen Talkatoo with anything other than the standard one that you had on previous RNG with me.
Yeah, and I think there's a official speedrun.com leaderboard on the category extensions for Super Mario Odyssey for any percent, so just getting to the credits, and also World Peace, which is a separate category, which is kind of like any percent, you just get to the credits, but you also have to complete all the main story objectives along the way. I'm going to try and do this trick a couple of times. If it doesn't work, it makes sense because it's one of the harder ones. There we go. Just a quicker way up the wall. Up to the top of the kingdom like this. I still saved a little bit of time from not doing it at all, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, we call that dino skip because there's a dino you can use to skip to the top of the kingdom. But this skips that dino skip and is a little bit faster. So, and also pretty cool to show off as well. But yeah, so there's an any percent and there's a world peace leaderboard for Talkatoo, which is pretty cool because it's completely randomized every time. Like, you know, we talk about seeds in randomizers. Obviously, I don't think that, you know, the Odyssey devs really had seeds in mind for something that we're kind of arbitrarily using as a randomizer, but every time you play, it's going to be a little bit different. I suppose I can explain how Talkatoo works a little bit, if you'd like that. So,
absolutely.
Talkatoo is a hint system in the game. He's a little bird that lives in basically all of the kingdoms with a couple of exceptions. And if you go up and talk to him, he says, like, "Kaka, there's a moon I see." And he's like basically a psychic bird who can kind of vaguely gesture in the direction of a moon for you if you're having trouble finding them. And he'll give you the name of it. And he'll do that 3 times. So you can talk to him 3 times at once, and he will give you like 3 separate hints. You can only have 3 banked at the same time, so you have to go and find one of the moons before he will give you another one. So it's a maximum of 3. So here he is. Good morning, Captain Toad. Okay. Above a high cliff. That's a really good one. Chomp through the rocks. Okay, I like that combination, actually. So I've decided, since the normal amount of moons that you need to beat the game is 124, and we need 250, a pretty solid strategy that I came up with is I'm just going to try and collect double the amount of moons in every kingdom that we visit. And then we will have roughly the amount that we need by the time we get to the end of the game. There will be a couple of exceptions. Snow Kingdom is an exception because that kingdom is terrible for Talkatoo. And also, Ruined Kingdom doesn't even have Talkatoo, so I'll have to find double for that kingdom somewhere. But otherwise, that's kind of the play, is I'm just going to... there are like little hollowed out circles that you can see at the top left corner of the screen. They're all filled in now because we actually do have all of the cascade requirements already. But I'm going to just double those hollowed out circles in basically every kingdom, and then we should have enough moons to get to Darkside by the time we reach the credits. Timer challenge 2. Very nice shot with the chain jump. That's in a sub area. Dinosaur Nest running wild. I don't love that combination, but that's okay. I'm actually gonna... Yeah, okay, so it's the secret one.
I should have asked you before, Dangers. Are you playing this on Switch or Switch 2?
I am actually going to be playing this on Switch 2, so the loads will be a little bit faster. That is the only difference.
Okay.
We're also going to be playing in English. Usually the fastest language is traditional Chinese, but we will be playing in English mainly because I would not be able to know what Talkatoo is telling me to get without it. So,
and it helps us. It helps us see what's going on.
Majority of the viewers at home are probably English speakers as well. So yes, that's very helpful for you guys to kind of understand. Now, I've had a couple of viewers tell me that like when I do Talkatoo, they're impressed by how quickly I'm able to just like read the moon names. And I don't know if that's just because I've like played this game enough to kind of just be able to parse the data really, really quickly. But yeah, so like I was able to read that was Cascade Kingdom Timer Challenge 1. Somebody else might not be able to read quite that quickly, but
that was quite fast. But I'm glad that you share that with us though before it happens, because yeah, that helps out with commentary for sure. So, question now Talkatoo, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't need anything special or anything additional to play Talkatoo, right? Like as a category? Like Correct. In random number generation here, you normally have to have some kind of mod available or some kind of even tracker. For this, it doesn't seem like you need anything extra to play Talkatoo.
That's correct. Yeah, this is just a vanilla version of the game. I have not modified it in any way, shape, or form. It would be very cool if Odyssey had like an official randomizer of sorts, I guess. I think that would be a very, very cool addition to this game. If a mod maker out there wants to, maybe start working on that, touching my fingers together emoji,
It's funny you mentioned that. I saw someone the other day on Twitch actually start to work on an archipelago version of Odyssey.
Yes, I have heard about that actually.
Yeah, I believe that was Crafty Boss's stream. I believe I was seeing that on, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really a thing that's going on right now. A Switch game might possibly be coming to our archipelago soon, so that was really neat to see.
I would like that a lot, yeah. All right, Treasure Waterfall Basin, Hidden Chasm Passage. So we've still got sub-areas. Now, the worst thing that Talkatoo can kind of do for me is give me sub-area moons. And he's doing that right now because sub-areas will always come in pairs. So sub-areas are like the little doorways or the little pipes or something that kind of takes you away from the main part of the kingdom and sends you somewhere else. It sucks to get only one of the sub-area moons and not the other one, because then you have to come back in later if Talkatoo gives you the other one, kind of thing. Like, you kind of want them to be given in pairs. Nice, okay. Well, nailed that jump first try. We'll take that.
Very cool.
But yeah, so I probably won't bother with this sub area if we do end up getting the other moon. Hopefully I get the at least like the chain jump one would be nice.
Have you ever accidentally gotten a moon that you weren't supposed to get? Like, it wasn't a moon Talkatoo told you to get. I don't imagine too many scenarios, but I'm sure it has happened at least once.
Certainly. So we were kind of talking about the categories that have like official leaderboards, and we're doing Dark Side today, which I actually don't know if anybody has ever done Dark Side, but people have definitely done Darker Side and All Moons. So All Moons is one that I've done before, and it's a daunting task, I will tell you, to get all of the moons, but have the bird tell you. Usually what happens if you're doing like an any % run and you accidentally pick up the wrong moon, you just have to collect an extra one, right? That makes sense. But if you're doing an All Moons run, if you collect that one, the game auto-saves immediately. You're just kind of out of luck. Like, there's nothing you can do to fix that or to back it up. So you kind of have to like impose your own penalty. Sometimes that was like a fitness challenge, like I had to do some push-ups or something. Other times it was like, because I've done this All Moons Talkatoo thing a couple of times actually, because my time sometimes you just make bad choices is all I'm gonna say. And so sometimes it's been like, like a physical challenge, like push-ups. Sometimes it's been like you have to go to the Odyssey and like change into a new outfit or something, just like some sort of like time-imposed penalty so that, you can kind of compensate for the fact that you messed up and grabbed a different moon. All right, so I did say I was going to get double in every kingdom. We're almost at 15, which is actually 3 times as much as I need in Cascade, but the reason I'm doing that is, again, Snow Kingdom is really not fun and very gross for Talkatoo, for reasons I will explain when we get there. So I figure Cascade's a pretty small kingdom, pretty quick kingdom, so I'm going to get 5 of the snow doubling moons, I guess. Wait, I need to go this way. I'm going to get 5 of the doubled snow moons in this kingdom. That's my strategy. I'm going to get half of them here, and then I'm going to get half of them in another small kingdom like Lake or something.
Oh, really quickly, too, before we leave the archipelago discussion.
Yes.
We do have an archipelago going on at Flame Fatale. I believe we do have a Sonic Adventure 2 battle. So I do want to talk a little bit about Flame Fatale before we leave that. Flame Fatale, GDQ's all-women and femme speedrunning community, is preparing for its next event, Flame Fatale, running from September 7th through the 14th. Schedule's now live at gamesdonequick.com/schedule/58. Type !FF in the chat for information on how to join the Discord and stay up to date with all things Flame Fatale, which, again, I'll be running Nintendo World Championship there. So I'm very, very excited to be running that as well. And Dangers, I believe you have some events coming up yourself, or at least some events that you have submitted to.
Yeah, the next one that I'm confirmed for is an event called Speedrun Summit. Seems topical, seems on brand for what we're doing here over at Games Done Quick. And it's being hosted by speedrun.com, and they're just getting a couple of creators invited into the same place. We're going to be going to New York together and just kind of showcasing our speed games and raising some money for Urban Arts, which is a charity that raises money for basically just like underrepresented kids in New York City who want to make video games, but maybe don't necessarily have the funds to be able to go to a school to learn it. That's kind of where Urban Arts comes in, is to kind of provide the opportunities to underprivileged kids. So very good charity and kind of in line with what we're all about here. So.
Absolutely. And again, thank you so much again, Dangerous, for being a good representative of the community and doing so much work in the community as well. We're really lucky to have you.
Hey, and you too. All right. We've arrived in Sand Kingdom. Now I need 16 moons here. We're going to double it. We're going to get 32, which is a lot. But Sand Kingdom does have a lot. So one of the things that I'm going to just start by doing in Talkatoo, I always want to try and kind of do the prep work up at the beginning of the kingdom, and then that way when I'm maneuvering the kingdom later on, especially in these like longer categories where I'm going to be here for a while, I'm able to use like warps and stuff like that. I might want to activate Jaxi so that I can like run around the kingdom really fast. All of those are kind of things that I've got on my radar at the moment to try and get the kingdom set up so that I can I can be prepared and I can navigate it more quickly later on. Which is why I'm kind of...
We have a question for you, by the way. It says, are there any tips for getting started on a Talkatoo run?
Getting started. It definitely goes a little bit smoother for you if you have a lot of game knowledge. So I would say that getting started really is as easy as just kind of playing the game. And then if a moon name comes up for you that you don't know where it is or something like that, having a tutorial or a walkthrough handy is not necessarily cheating or a bad thing whatsoever. But I don't think it really requires any sort of like extra resources or anything to start out. As long as you have the game, you can kind of just wing it. There are a couple of things that you might want to keep in mind that make the whole challenge a little bit easier for you. You might run into some pitfalls, like the seeds, for example. You might be thinking like, oh, well, the seeds take 20 minutes to grow. Like that could be a problem, right? Well, if you know the trick that I'm about to do, then you can circumvent that, right? So the seeds do grow in 20 minutes. However, it's based on the switch clock. So I'm just going to move the switch time forward. And you're going to see that those plants just start growing automatically like this. So if you have like little tricks like that, you might come across these pitfalls as you're playing and like, oh man, it feels like I'm kind of stuck, like I'm soft locked because Talkatoo gave me a bunch of stuff that I don't know how to get. There's usually some way around it. And the one really cool thing about the Odyssey speedrunning community, in my opinion, is that it is very large, very accommodating, very friendly, very helpful. Just about any question you have can be answered in the community Discord that exists. If you go to speedrun.com/SMO and follow the links to the Discord, there's people there that can help you out for sure.
Any moons when you're doing Talkatoo, if you're trying to go fast, and again, we are, right? Because we want to try to get to that dark side, or as many moons as possible close to dark side before the end of our time here today.
Yep.
Are there any moons you're trying to get, or hoping for at least?
I mean, this game does have quite a lot. We're going to be collecting 250. I can tell you that there are moons that I don't want to get. There's one in Wooded Kingdom, for example, called Treasure Made from Coins. So anybody who's familiar with this game knows that the Wooded Kingdom has a deep woods portion, which is kind of like a part where you fall off the side and into the deep dark where there's no compass and no map to guide you where you go. So not only is this treasure made from coins in that part of the kingdom where you have no guidance on where you're going, but it also requires 500 coins to make the plant grow. So it is very annoying. It takes a long time. It takes kind of preparation, like you're going to see me go for some coin hint arts at some point here, because I'm going to want to make sure that I have enough coins by the time I get to Wooded Kingdom. Otherwise, we might be in some trouble.
Someone said, are you able to name every moon? I mean, that's a lot of moons, to be fair.
It is a lot of moons. I don't know if I could just name them off the top of my head, like, people reciting the digits of pi or whatever, but I would say I'm fairly comfortable that like any moon that Talkatoo gives me, I'm going to know which one it is. Like from a crate in the ruins, I know is the one that's in the breakable box in the ruins. Invisible maze is the one in the sub area with the moais that reveal the invisible pathways at the end, not the one in the middle, the secret one. So I do have very, very good knowledge of the game. I probably wouldn't be able to just like rally off all 880 on command.
I was going to say, I can barely do the original poker app. I cannot imagine memorizing, 800-something moons.
Oh, on the lone pillar? Okay, I can do that.
I saw you were playing Bonanza. Dangerous, are you doing speedruns of the
Donkey
yes.
game?
Yes. What do you think so far? What do you think
it's
for the
amazing.
speedrun?
Yeah, the speedrun has been very, very good. It's a game that's been developed by the same creators as Odyssey, or at least like the same team is working on it. So it shows. It shows. I think the fun part about Odyssey is like obviously it's a Mario game, and I have a lot of nostalgia for that. But on top of that, it's also just a very fun game to move in because it has its basic movement, but it also has like you can kind of stretch that basic movement to the furthest degrees and do some cool stuff that maybe wasn't even intended by the developers. And that very specific mechanic, that very specific description of Odyssey is true of Donkey Kong as well. And that's what's made it such a fun speed game so far. Have you played it at all?
I am about halfway through it right now. Just because there's been so much to play lately. And not only that, I know a lot of my viewers were wanting to play through the game also. And
yes.
I didn't want to spoil it for them quite yet. So I wanted to make sure they caught up first. And now I'm having friends wanting to do like casual races. And I'm like, well, you gotta wait for me to finish the game first. But it looks amazing. Like I said, I'm at the first like kind of junction. Again, I'm trying not to spoil it for people here either. I'm at like the first like fork in the road, so to speak. So That's about where I left off. Yeah. It's fun though. I really enjoy it. I would recommend it.
I would also. Yeah, especially if you liked Odyssey. Like if you liked Odyssey and you're on the fence at all, just don't be on the fence at all. Like you will love it for sure.
I have a theory about the game that with how Pauline is in that game, I want to say that that game is a prequel to Odyssey, but that's my current like working theory of it.
My beak is sealed. I do not want to say anything else.
No, I get that. Yeah, again, I'm trying to be really careful too. I don't want to spoil it for anyone.
Even if you haven't like seen it, you're like, maybe I'll accidentally say something because that can happen sometimes.
Oh yeah. Well, I think people at least know from like trailers and stuff that Pauline's in it. So
yeah.
And we know Pauline's in this game as well.
Okay, Secret of Inverted Mural. I can't get yet, and then we get 2 sub areas. Oh goody. Okay.
You don't seem thrilled by that, Dangerous.
It's just bad RNG at its finest. So,
oh, well, yeah.
Like we were talking about the sub areas, I currently have 2 moons in 2 different sub areas, and I have 1 moon in that inverted mural up there that I can't access at the moment because if I go in there, there's basically what I'm waiting to do for efficiency's sake is I'm trying to get both of the moons that are in the story area before I go in there so that Talkatoo won't give me one that I can't reach later. So because of that, I'm kind of stun locked waiting for that other moon. So I kind of have to submit to this idea of going into the sub areas without getting both of the moons first. Now I did get Bullet Bill Breakthrough, which I think is the last one.
Yeah.
If I do make this mistake, then I guess I'll have to collect an extra moon. But that's okay.
Look at this floor! Look at that, Dangers!
It is.
Wow, wings up! Look at that! That was impressive. I've never seen it done that way before.
Yeah, you can kind of just roll on the roof. I love that.
I have struggled in that, doing it as intended for so long. I'm gonna have to try that sometime. That looks much, much better.
And of course, Talkatoo just gave me the other one from that same sub area, so we go back in.
Oh, of course.
And now it'll actually give me a moment to show you something. So
okay,
it's, the bullet bills and capturing the bullet bills is obviously the very intended way. But the developers are pretty wise. They like to reward players who think on their feet. So there actually is just a coin stack up here as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There's a lot of cheeky things like that in Odyssey where, like, areas that you would normally have no reason going to, they just hide little Easter eggs, little secrets, little gems, treasures, so to speak, for anybody who's curious enough to go looking for it.
Oh, also, too, I want to take a moment to thank Richard for that wonderful replay cam. Where would I be in all these years of RNG without Richard? So, Richard, thank you so much again. By the way, too, this is my shameless reminder. Go watch, and I mean this, go watch the Tetris run from SGDQ 2025. And again, that is on YouTube. Catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, and GDQ marathons over on youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. If you're watching this on YouTube, hey, good to see y'all. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ. And for anyone who did get a chance to see Richard's run, make sure you leave loving messages for Richard on there.
He's deserving of them.
Oh, yes.
Richard
absolutely.
is good bean.
So, Dangers, are you thinking about maybe submitting Bonanza at some point for any marathon, let it be GDQ or something else?
Absolutely. So, I was originally cast by the Speedrun Summit folks to do Super Mario Odyssey, because that's kind of my bread and butter. That's what people know me for and stuff like that. But I was like, Bonanza's been really fun and it's brand new, and it would be kind of cool to be like the first event that showcases it, and he was like, yeah, you know what? I think you're onto something. So I will probably be showcasing Bonanza at the Speedrun Summit. And I've also submitted it for another event. So Fastest Furs, friends of the show, they do a couple of yearly events raising money for charity in the speedrunning realm as well. And they actually just closed their submissions, and I will be hopefully running Bonanza for that if they accept it. So yeah, I think it's a great speed game. It's already developed so quickly.
Someone said, I'm clapping with each moon. That's going to be a lot of claps. But you know what? Dangers deserves it.
I'm here for it.
Absolutely.
All right. We have herding in the dunes, so we got to get all the sheep in the pen.
Got some hype in chat also for Fastest Furs.
Good. I want to say that the Venn diagram of people who are speedrunners and people who are furries are a pretty tight circle, to be honest. So lots of furry speedrunners out there, and so it seems that their morals would be kind of aligned with GDQ in the sense of, like, playing video games for charity and stuff like that. So Fastest First does some good stuff.
Also, your emotes, Dangers, they are just, I know I've told you this before, but they are super on point. Like, I just saw your chatting emote of, like, the bird pecking at the keyboard.
At the keyboard, yeah.
Oh, these are so good.
I'm not sure if Blue Skies is in the chat right now, but she's the one who did all the animated ones, so you can give your thanks to her.
Oh, this is cute. Or the overheat one. I never saw that one either.
I also, the overheat one.
And then, of course, the bird butt emote is still one of my favorites. Yes, there we go. The dumper. Yep.
Yeah, shaking it around. Love that.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right. So I did just get the other moon inside of the inverted pyramid, so we can go and do that now, but I also got this one.
So, and I didn't think about this till now, because I know you were on here before for Talkatoo. I never realized how you can kind of manipulate your routing, Dangers, kind of like what you did for this pyramid here. You wanted to wait until you had the couple that coincided before going in here. So there is a little bit in which ways you can route. It's not always the most friendly way to do so, but there are some ways in which you can work with it. And I never
Definitely.
thought about that before, so that is interesting.
Yeah, you're not just kind of like completely at the mercy. Like if it was just one moon at a time, then yeah, I suppose it would also be very tiring to have to go back every single time. But there are some stuff that you can do that can kind of, make things easier for you. Like, for example, saving moons that are grouped together. Or, I planted all the seeds, even though I don't need the seeds right away. I planted them all so that they're ready, and I only had to change the time forward one time instead of, like, 3 times every time you get them. So little things like that, yeah. Kind of what I was talking about with that, like, preparation. I also just grabbed a bunch of checkpoints while I was running around the kingdom so that this kingdom is available for me to pillage later on, I suppose. And
Sure.
another thing, sorry, if you had a point to add to that.
Oh, I was going to say it's no different than like if you were to do the Breath of the Wild kind of like randomizer thing. You grab some of the towers, for instance, to try to use as war points. That was like what I was thinking about. Anyways,
right.
Go on.
Yeah. So I think at the beginning, I mentioned something along the lines of Talkatoo has to give us the moons in order for us to collect them. Like, we're not allowed to just go around and collect random moons whenever we want. Talkatoo has to be the one that gives us to them, but there's just one exception, and that one exception is story moons. So Talkatoo will never actually give me story moons. Probably just the way that the game kind of works fundamentally. It makes sense that we would not get the story moons given to us by a hint system. So you can think of those as like the free square on your bingo card. Like, you are at any point allowed to collect the story moons with no penalty. So because Talkatoo will never give them to you. So you can kind of use that as well for part of your routing. Like, for example, right now, I'm actually going to just go fight Harriet right now. Harriet's going to give me a multi-moon, which is 3 moons. It will transition the kingdom into a nighttime phase. But it's nice that I was able to combo those 2 moons inside the pyramid so that I get all 5 of these moons, and then I get warped back to the Odyssey and can kind of continue the kingdom from there. So again, yeah, just like little things like that, you can kind of, the more game knowledge you have, the more you're able to kind of figure out how to put the pieces of the puzzle together when they're given to you. So that brings us up to 22. So I'm going to collect 10 more here.
I just got gifted some verbs, so I was taking a look through some of these. Yeah,
let's go.
I made sure to thank. It's so cute.
Whoever did that was very kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah. I found out who it was because Twitch lets me know.
Yes,
but
very
yeah,
good.
do follow Dangers at twitch.tv/Dangers. Dangers, do you have a YouTube as well?
I do have a YouTube. I stream live to Twitch and YouTube. The YouTube is Dangers_TV.
Very nice.
But yeah, so because we beat Harriet, we are now in the second phase of the Sand Kingdom, which is nighttime. Lucky for us, Talkatoo's still there. Now, you have to be careful when you are kind of progressing the story of the game, because it will open up the moons that are available. When you're in an earlier version of the kingdom, you can sometimes be kind of in a limited move pool because the kingdom's not totally, like, unlocked yet, so to speak. So it can sometimes be beneficial to leave the kingdom in an earlier state, because then the pool is smaller. You'll see me do that in Snow Kingdom. I'll purposefully not complete the story in any way, because I want all the moons to kind of be in like a collected area, so to speak. And with Sand Kingdom being in nighttime, there is a handful of moons that have just been unlocked, namely the ones that are kind of on the way to the final boss of the kingdom. So if I do get both of those, then I will also use that as an excuse to move on to the next part of the story. I'm reading a chat message that says, will Talkatoo leave hints for moons you haven't unlocked? The answer is no. Yeah, so like, for example, in Sand Kingdom, the Sand Kingdom is like all stormy when you first arrive until you complete the story. As long as I leave the kingdom in that stormy state, then the moons that are like in that part of the kingdom will not ever be given to me by Talkatu. So again, you can kind of be strategic about that.
So in a way, this quote-unquote randomizer has some built-in logic, which is great.
Indeed. Yeah, exactly. There actually was a glitch with the very first version of the game, 1.0, that Talkatu could give you moons out of sequence. And it was one of the few things in Nintendo patched that we were like, hey, that was actually a really good idea. Okay, what did we get? Lost in the luggage and leaning on the pillar.
I have a question for you. How do you know when to leave the kingdom, Dangers? Like, how do you know when to leave and continue?
So if we were doing any percent, that is a pretty straightforward answer. So you can see the little moon counter in the top left corner there. That moon counter usually consists of hollowed circles, so circles that don't have anything in them. And that is true until you collect the amount that you need. So in Sand Kingdom, there are 16 hollowed circles. Once you collect 16, then you can head out. But that if you follow that pattern, if you do collect the minimum amount of moons required to beat the game, you get 124. And 124, I'm trying to find a taxi. Where did the taxi go?
Where's our taxi friend?
It's maybe not in the night. Or maybe it's over this hill. It's over here. Yes. Okay. So 124 moons is like the bare minimum moons that you can collect to beat the game. So my strategy for this, because we're trying to get to Darkside, and Darkside is 250 moons that we need, is basically just double the moons that I get in every kingdom along the way. That way I don't have to do any revisits, and we should have roughly the amount of moons that we need to by the time we get to the end of the game, and then we can just go to Darkside. Okay, that was the other one in the boss area, so we are on our way to the boss.
We do have a Blue Skies in chat. Just want to say thank you for all these cute animated emotes. I love your artwork. Very cute.
Yeah, she is great. Pillar of the community. And also a good artist.
I do want to take time to shout out our wonderful artists here. For example, also here at GDQ, we have Kay Doffels, who's done a lot of the art here for some of our marathon shirts and such. I mean, we wouldn't be where we are without our artists and our stream community. So definitely shout outs to our wonderful artists here who just give so much of themselves to us. So we have your beautiful work and representation of our work. So thank you. And also, Dangerous, I wanted to know a little bit about the lore here. So what made you choose the bird that you have? Because there's so many birds out there, right?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, as a furry, you kind of just create your own identity, I suppose. That's kind of the beauty of it, is you are just whoever you want to be. And this is an original character of mine based off of the black-billed magpie. I'm a big bird nerd. Anybody who knows me knows that. And the black-billed magpie is probably my favorite just because I love corvids. They're very smart and very mischievous and very quirky. And the magpies are a bird that I find in abundance where I live, like in my home. So they remind me a lot of home. And I'm a big corvid fan. What can I say? So...
Love that. Yeah, because someone at the beginning was like, is Dangers a crow? And I'm like, no. I'm pretty certain Dangers is not a crow. But and then it had me thinking about, I wonder how Dangers arrived at the type of bird that you use. So yeah, I was always interested in that.
Yeah, I do love, like, crows are in the same family, so corvids. Mm-hmm. I like ravens as well. Those, they're all smarty pants, little mischievous troublemakers. We love them for that. And my character was originally going to be a raven, I think. You might know, you're an enjoyer of the emotes, right?
Oh, yes.
So the emotes are actually like a different character that is supposed to be like a purple blue jay. The design of that character was originally going to be a raven, but me and my emote artist kind of came to the conclusion that it was hard to express a character with only 50-ish pixels that was all one very dark color. So we ultimately compromised and picked a different Corvid, and that's why the emote bird, whose name is Hazard, by the way. I'm not sure if you can draw the parallel there, but that's why they are a blue jay. So
I love that name. That's wonderful. Oh, and I wouldn't happen to know about having emotes that are after a troublemaking animal either,
Oh, certainly not.
Not ones that are trash pandas who live out of the garbage can.
We love trash pandas.
Yeah.
All right. That actually could not have been planned any better, really. As soon as I got the 2 moons that were in the underground section, I had 27 moons. So those 2 plus the 3 from the boss, and I now have 32, which is double 16. So we're out of here.
Well, I'm glad there's love for trash pandas in the chat. I love them too, but I also love birds. I have so much love for critters in general. I'm a big critter watcher. Birds, squirrels, racks, possums, love them all. So whenever I see anyone with animal emotes, I just melt. Absolutely in love with them.
How can you not be?
Yeah.
All right. Sand Kingdom's all done. There is a fork in the road. I'm actually going to choose wooded on purpose. Usually in a speedrun, you would just kind of mash all the way through that text because it's faster to just do that rather than have to kind of reflex a choice there, and it doesn't really matter. However, in Talkatoo, it does matter a little bit because the order of the kingdoms determines the order of the painting chain, and the painting chain is basically just like a string of paintings that you can find in every kingdom. So every kingdom has like 2 paintings, like an entrance and an exit. You go in one painting, you find the other painting, and it like continues in a chain of kingdoms. And the reason that we want the painting chain to be a certain way is because, we want to be able to warp from certain places to other places. If I were to choose wooded first, like I did, then the painting that is in Wooded Kingdom goes to sand. If I happen to get wooded hint art or something along the lines of that, I'm going to want to go to sand because that's where that moon actually is. So it's very, very important that I choose wooded first here, just for the sake of not having to go into the Odyssey, dump all my moons in, choose the Sand Kingdom. I can kind of just go in the painting and not have to worry about any of that. I can just kind of skip all that. So that choice is being made on purpose. Oops. Body slamming the fire bro is not a choice that I made on purpose, though.
Now, I don't get the music, unfortunately, because of the way how my production's set up right now. I better be seeing some dancing emotes from chat, or music emotes, because this is some of the finest music produced in a Mario game, in my opinion. This is just... Wooded Kingdom is beautiful.
Wooded Kingdom is great, yes. An instant classic. I also like what they did with the remix in Mario Kart World. I'm not sure if you've heard it, but...
Oh, I have. When I heard that, I lost it. I was so happy to hear it.
Yes. Mario Kart World did a lot of things right, but their soundtrack has been kind of evidenced. I feel like Mario Kart just keeps they just never miss anymore. They're just on point when it comes to the soundtracks these days. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was amazing, but World just blows it out of the water.
Look at this wholesome chat putting all the cute animal dance emotes. Thank you. Thank you. And yes, Dance Dino also counts. That's a great emote. We have some chickaritas in here too. Very wholesome chat. Love it.
Yes. Love to see it as well. Oh, he actually broke the rock for me. I didn't notice. So we are here in the deep woods. I was kind of mentioning this is a place that I don't really want to spend a whole lot of time in if I can help it. But I'm going to grow this vine in particular because if we climb this vine, it actually takes us right to Talkatoo again. So at least we have that. And just like we've kind of been trying to group moons together, I'm going to be doing that for the deep woods as well. So if I do get a Deepwoods Moon, I'm probably going to try and fish for another one before I go down there. Just because you can't warp out and, it's hard to get around and things like that.
Dangers, I just want to compliment your community. They are so full of energy and so fun to be around. And if you aren't part of that community, guess what? You can be a part of that community because follows are free. Twitch.tv/dangers. It is in the pin, but I'll put it in chat as well. If you're maybe watching on mobile and you're not seeing it right now, I'll repost Richard's pinned comment here. Again, that is twitch.tv/dangers.
Yeah.
And also, too, if you want to be part of our greater GDQ community, a lot of folks tell me, Sky, I didn't know the show was coming up. You have no excuse. Looking to get more involved with the GDQ community? Join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the Hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for an invite and more info. And of course, for our schedule, curious about what's coming up on our own Hotfix shows? Check out this week's schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix. That way, you don't miss another episode with Dangers on it. And Dangers, it has been far too long. I'm so happy you've been able to be on the show with us.
I'm happy too, yeah. And maybe sometime in the future, if things get fleshed out with Donkey Kong, come back for round 3.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Is there anything like Talkatoo in Bonanza? I should have asked you that earlier.
You know what? I don't know. I know that there is a hint mechanism, and it is like the fossil maps, but I don't know if you would be able to use that as a randomizer or not. Maybe somebody could get kind of creative and piece that together, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet you someone could develop, like, something on a website that it could be like a Talkatoo thing, except it's just you click something on a web page. Someone would have to give it the proper logic, though, right? That would be the thing. So that would be the necessary component. But I'm sure we could come up with something, maybe like a crankyKong.com or something like that,
I could see that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was kind of hoping when I saw X thing in the game that maybe it would operate as Talkatoo, but it didn't. And I was like, heck. I was kind of hoping it would function like that, given how the original Donkey Kong countries were,
Yes. Yeah, I could see that.
Why is Dangers a bird? Why not?
That's right.
Because.
I decided to be one day.
Someone said you can just buy the maps. Are the maps for each banana?
Yes. So they might be random. I'm not sure. Like the order that you might buy them might be random. And if they are, then that could actually maybe work. You might need to set yourself some... Well, the only problem is that you would have to buy them. So you would need to have enough gold to be able to purchase them all. I guess that would be the limiting factor.
I guess my thought would be is maybe you'd have to farm a lot of gold in advance and then maybe make a save file with not a lot of bananas accumulated at the beginning of the thing. Like, that would be like my thought, at least, for starting it. You gotta start somewhere, though, right?
That could be it, yeah. All right. So I got Nut Planted in the Tower and Stretching Your Legs, which are both in this tower, which is a really good combo. And that is my cue to continue the Wooded Kingdom. So I kind of grabbed a few moons that I could quickly. I got those 2 story moons, and now I can do Speward here. Now, Speward is the hardest boss in the game. You kind of just stand close to him and jump on him with good timing, and then it's over. So very, very difficult, as you can see. He really gave me a lot of trouble there. Later on, he'll be even more difficult. So.
I can't tell if you mean that sarcastically or not.
No, Speward is absolutely the easiest of them all.
Yeah, that's what I had to ask just in case.
Just to clarify for the folks at home, yeah. I'm first generation Canadian, my family's British. It's the deadpan gene, being able to kind of just deliver deadpan, and that's our humor right there.
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right, so we were talking about the outfits earlier, by the way, Dangers.
Yes.
What determines your outfit? Is that just like if a moon needs it, that's just what puts an outfit on to Mario?
Yeah, so there are actually moons that require outfits. For example, the reason I'm wearing the sombrero is because I got Dancing with New Friends, which is a moon that you have to get by putting on the sombrero and then dancing with your friends. So that's what we did in the Sand Kingdom. There is a... where do I want to go here? Probably here. There is an outfit moon in this kingdom as well. And even worse, it is in the Deep Woods. So I probably do want to just make sure that I have enough purple coins if, we need to get that. But I'm hoping that I don't. The Deep Woods is not a place I love being.
Someone in chat says my deadpan gets me in so much trouble.
Yeah. You understand.
It's good. That's why I always ask folks for clarification, because I am that person that will sometimes take things seriously, and I'm like, well, wait, do you really mean that? I'd rather ask and seem silly than actually. Yeah, exactly. You know where I'm going with that.
Just in case, right? Yeah.
Right, absolutely. Oh, I remember this one. This one's fun when you go up the hill with the fire flower.
Yes.
I love Wooded.
Oh, I bonked. We were trying to do just some fun stuff with the flower and run really fast, but it's easy to lose control. There we go. Let's see if I can do this. Oh yeah, damageless. Let's go.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, never mind. I lied.
I'm not going to tell anyone, don't worry.
This is elevator escalation. We did get treasure made from coins, which is the one that I was talking about earlier, that I did not want to see. So that's cool. But it is a Deep Woods moon, so I'm basically just fishing for another Deep Woods moon before we go back down there and do the thing I don't want to do.
We spoke it into existence, Dangerous. That was a bad idea.
Yeah, it was my fault, I suppose. Okay, I actually really like that combo. So we're gonna go up here. We got Spinning Platforms treasure. And we got Back Way Up the Mountain. And I know that both of those are over here. The first one is Spinning Platforms treasure, which I think is like a puzzle or something, like a platforming puzzle you're supposed to do. Or you can just do this. Jump off the side, and then it's just right here. But I really like this because it spits you out at the very top of the kingdom. Right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot these targets. This is the way for the story, by the way. So we're going to grab that last story moon, but I'm going to break all the targets, and I'm going to leave and come over here instead. Now, anybody who has played this game is probably shaking their head what just happened? Usually there's a cutscene there. It's still gonna happen. It just happens later now. Basically, if something isn't on screen, then the game pretends it's not real. I wish that I could treat my problems this way, but that's unfortunately not how real life works. So, by doing that, we basically just put the cutscene off screen. Now we grab this moon, which we needed to get Back Way Up the Mountain. And we can just grab the moon, and the cutscene's all ready for us. Just kind of a quirky little thing. Doesn't save any time or anything. It's just kind of cool that the cutscene actually delays for you.
I don't mind seeing quirky things like that. I like that you point them out.
Yeah. I love teaching people the silly little things that they might not know about the game. Because it's oh yeah, I've played so much of this game and I had no idea.
Well, I'm looking at the year when I went to go put the run of show together for this. 2017. I didn't know this game was that old already.
Yeah, 2017.
Wow.
Just about as old as the Switch. And yeah, we're already in the next generation. It does feel like yesterday, though.
It really does.
Oh, no, don't go up there. Come on now. There we go. So this is Torque Drift. He's terrorizing the Wooded Kingdom by stealing all the flowers. We can't have that. So I'm going to fight him. He's a pretty quick boss. Not a whole lot that I can do to speed up the fight aside from make the we refer to this guy affectionately as Speedy Nut Boy. When you first capture him, he's kind of slow. He doesn't do a whole lot. When he lands on the ground, he kind of like stutters on the ground, but we learned pretty quick that you can manipulate that so that he actually jumps about twice as far and doesn't stutter when he hits the ground. By using the spawn platform and kind of just jumping off of it in weird ways. And so that's about all we can do to speed up this fight, is just make us move a little bit faster. Otherwise, we just kind of have to wait for his phases and wait for him to spit his little mechanisms at us. And that's 3 free moons. Wooded Kingdom is another 16 moon to leave kingdom, so we'll be collecting 32 again here.
I always thought that boss was really unique for a Mario game.
Yeah, I really do like that they, this game's most charming mechanic is the captures, I think. The fact that you're not just playing as Mario, you're also playing as anything that Cappy can kind of land on, and, you get to be a Goomba, you get to be a Cheep Cheep. And obviously the game, knowing this, utilizes a lot of those captures in really fun ways. So the fact that there's a boss based around an enemy that lets you like stretch your legs up like that, yeah, it was really cool. I also really like the Robo Brutal at the end of the game, the big like mecha monster thing that the Brutals get in. I think it's really clever to use the bird to fight that, and then of course it's really fun to speedrun as well. So. Glowing in the Deep Woods. Okay, we have 2 Deep Woods moons now, so we're going to go. And I'm going to show you why this one moon is very annoying. Though they can be comboed together, I suppose.
I always think about Jurassic Park whenever someone goes in the Deep Woods.
Yeah, I can see why. He's lurking everywhere. So, in order to get treasure made from coins, we need to bring this guy who walks very slow.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to come over to this plant, and we need to use the coin coffer to spit 500 coins at this plant. In order for him to spit them as fast as possible, I am just shaking the controller. So I am just sitting here, shaking the controller, and then I have to wait for the plant to grow after that. So that's fun.
You should see how the bird looks like it's not holding onto a controller at all.
Yeah. Probably looks a little confusing. There we go. So now I just got to wait for that plant to grow, so I'm going to get the other Deep Woods moon.
It was like you were commanding the plant to grow, almost.
Yeah. Please, grow now.
It's like...
All right. Here's what I'm going to do to make the plant grow faster. I'm going to unload and reload the area.
We call that one burb out of context.
Yeah. That's right.
Someone even said in chat, I forgot about this one. Yeah, I mean, this one's definitely just, out in left field, so to speak. So I get that.
I mean, they have 880 of them. They're not going to all be bangers, All right.
You can definitely see where some of the inspiration for Bonanza and for some certain components of Bonanza was in this game. Even watching you play this now after I've played some of it, Dangers.
Yeah, right. As someone who's speedrunning both now, I can definitely tell as well. It's very charming and very fun. Is this around the corner? I think this is around the corner. I might be making my first mistake here.
How about after the next moon, we take our first wellness break?
How about maybe we can do after Wooded?
Okay, yeah.
Because I need to collect 9 moons, and then we'll be done with Wooded.
Oh, yeah. Moons are quick. Yeah, go for it. Just to give you a few minutes to clear out after Wooded Kingdom, because there's a lot going on here.
Indeed, yeah. I think especially the Deep Woods, the story, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot to focus on. Use a little brain empty for a moment. And then we'll be moving on to Lake.
Although I
Okay.
will miss the music.
Yeah, it is very, very good. I can't deny that. So we got tucked away inside a tunnel. Now this is the infamous nut clip moon. I don't actually need to do the nut clip for anything, but I might as well show it off, I suppose. So you can just kind of clip through that wall by doing that. Saves a lot of time in the any percent speedrun because you completely reroute the kingdom by reaching an area that you previously could not do otherwise. Saves a lot of time. Okay, that's a good one. Elevator blind spot. Exploring for treasure is the moon where I need to change into the outfit. So I will grab these because I don't have enough to purchase the outfit just yet. And then we have elevator blind spot, and we have one other, I believe. Oh, no, I didn't actually pick up a third one. Didn't realize we had all 3 slots empty. We're kind of on a roll here. There's been a lot of good combos.
I think that kind of makes up for you having to do the one in the deep woods that you didn't want to do.
Definitely, yes. You win some and you lose some.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's just the nature of doing anything that's randomizer or randomizer adjacent.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I'll grab those 2 extras there then. I want to see if I can get another Deep Woods moon. If I have to go down there. Flooded Pipeway Ceiling Secret. Okay, that's a nice one too. Over the Cliff's Edge. That's a nice one too. Flooded Pipeway has 2. I actually don't mind getting the sub area twice because it's a really quick one. But we'll get the Ceiling Secret. And then I'll come up here. Over the Cliff's Edge. I actually don't know. I don't think this is the intended way to get this one. For some reason, in order to solve all of your problems in Wooded Kingdom, you kind of just jump off the side and then the answer is just over here somewhere. As you can see, over the Cliff's Edge. I think there might be like a puzzle in here or something that you're supposed to do. Oh, there totally is. Okay, that's how you get in there. I actually didn't know that. I thought that was I thought jumping off the side of the top of the kingdom was that way that you actually got that. All right, 4 more moons to get here.
That is reasonable, though. I mean, you can't be expected to retain every single thing about this game. This game is so vast.
True. Ooh, these are all kind of messy, but that's okay. We're dipping into a bunch of different sub areas all at the same time once again. I definitely don't want to do high above the clouds because that one is very slow to get access to. That's the one where you have to grow the beanstalk. So I'm gonna do this one instead.
Oh, the Mario 2 rocket callback. That's what I always think of whenever I see that.
Yes. I think that probably is what they were going for, huh? Mm-hmm. Not very often that you get a Super Mario Bros. 2 reference.
Nope, but it is always nice to see it.
I agree.
Oh, how can you see up here? I'm looking at the screen right now and I'm like, oh gosh, all this fog.
Yeah, this is kind of just, this is me flexing the fact that I've played this game for 6,000 hours, I think, because I also can't see in here. I just so happen to know where I'm supposed to go.
Muscle memory.
Basically, yeah. I can probably, I don't know about blindfolded. I think I need to use a little bit of my, what do they call them? Optical nerves. But, okay, we did get a Deep Woods moon. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the shop. It's very likely, because of how many moons we're going to be collecting and how many, like, outfit moons there are, Mario's probably going to run the whole gamut of outfits this entire run. Like, you're probably going to get to see Mario change a handful of times. So, just running the whole collection of professions today. Mario's a very busy man.
I mean, honestly, that instead of if we're experimenting with this category, that might be another thing we're thinking about for this is maybe like Mario's professions or something like that. Mario's career path.
He's done so much. But yes, something to keep in mind for this category. We're talking about like game knowledge equaling, just like ways that you can prepare. One of them is definitely collecting purple coins in advance. Like if you're doing Talkatoo runs, it's very helpful to collect like the 15 purple coins that you need in order to activate the costumes, because there's a pretty good chance that you'll need to buy them. So just by collecting some purple coins in advance, you're set to go and you're not kind of surprised by it, so to speak. Right. After this, I just need one more.
Oh, okay. That's why you need the costume for that. It's been a little while since I played Odyssey, so it's really cool revisiting some of these moons.
Yeah. That guy just grants you access if you look like you are a formidable explorer, so.
If you look like the La Mulana guy.
Yeah.
This is La Mulana Mario.
I always thought this outfit gave like Nigel Thornberry vibes a little bit as well.
Yeah, I see it. And before someone in chat's like, who's Nigel Thornberry? And I cry a little bit on the inside.
Oh no, don't say that.
You know that's going to happen. We ain't getting any younger, Dangers.
Smashing.
Oh, that was actually quite good.
Thank you. All right. Oh no, come here. You're the last one. You are the chosen one. This is actually a very good moon to get for the last one, because now I can
it's
just roll to the other side. Yeah. They had a little surprise for us. Okay, well, there we go. That is enough moons from Wooded Kingdom. We're going to be moving on to Lake next. And yeah, I guess we're gonna take our first break right now.
All right, yeah, so we will pause the timer, and real quickly before our wilderness break, I want to remind you all, thank you to everyone supporting GDQ Hotfix with your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits. Your contributions help keep our shows running. If you're enjoying the stream, consider subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during replays. You can also always support the stream by sharing the Games Done Quick channel with your friends. And with that being said, be sure to stretch, get some water, and stay hydrated, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Random Number Generation. I'm joined here by Dangerous, and this is Super Mario Odyssey Talkatoo, and we are going to get right back into the action. Are you ready, Dangerous?
I'm so ready.
All right, let's go for it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, and let's continue.
Yeah, you said we were going to Lake next?
Yeah.
Nice.
We could have chosen Lake first, but like I said before, there are some kind of strategic reasons why I chose Wooded first. And it's not just that the Wooded hint art would have taken us to Sand, which we luckily didn't have to deal with, because that would be a very long moon if we had to. But there's actually a dual purpose, and the same thing happens with the Metro Kingdom and the Lake Kingdom. So by choosing Lake Kingdom second, we get that same kind of parallel of hint arts leading to the place that the paintings go to. So that might happen to us with Metro. We do need to collect 40 moons in Metro, which is kind of a lot. So we'll see how that goes. But for right now, we are in Lake Kingdom. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to complete the story, because it is right here. All we have to do is beat up Rango. That'll give us 3 moons. And I did say it can sometimes be a bad idea to kind of open up the kingdom. But Lake Kingdom is a really small kingdom, and opening it up only really reveals like 1 or 2 moons in the pool, and they're quite quick. So I'm not too worried about that.
Somebody in chat said, I hope they make Odyssey too. And somebody else said, they did. It's called Bonanza.
Yeah, for real. That was the joke I would have made.
No, that's great. That's great. That was a nice setup by chat. I like that.
Love that.
Same.
Yeah, the Bonanza speedruns are very fun. It's always fun to be a part of like a new speed game and kind of like nestled in with the tech that's happening as it's happening. It's always a fun time. All right.
Speaking of which, also, chat, you have a thing I need y'all to do during this still. Please, please, please keep those cute animal emotes going. I love them. Someone posted a really cute emote of an animated otter, and I am just here for it. I see a cute fox. I see one of my rack emotes. I see a dog. It's cute. Super Mario Iliad. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was a little bit of a nerd joke there. I'm here for it.
I also love it.
So Lake, it doesn't seem like that big of a kingdom. Are there any like super far apart moons that you can get here, Dangers?
Not really. This is why I'm going to use the Lake Kingdom to supplement the Snow Kingdom later. I'll be collecting another 5 moons on top of the doubling here. I think that's probably like the best thing that I can do. Because it is such a small kingdom, and besides like the sub areas, I guess, like having to go into the sub area might be considered far, but all of it is pretty close together. So I'm not going to have too many issues. Now, this kingdom does also have an outfit. You can remember that you have to put on some swimwear to go inside where the wedding dress is. But I'm actually not going to do that, because for some of the outfits, you actually can just clip past them instead, and Lake Kingdom is one of them. So hopefully, I'm actually really hoping that I do get that moon, because it'll be fun to showcase that. End of a hidden passage, okay. End of a hidden passage is this one over here.
I like also how you have to be strategic with your branches and the kingdoms. I didn't even think about how that might play a role with the paintings.
Yeah, exactly. It's for one very specific case, and it's only if you do end up getting that moon, but, you know, you got to think of everything. Once you've kind of encountered it by accident, and you weren't prepared, you're like, oh, man. And then, like, you feel like you lose so much time, and you're like, okay, how can I optimize that? Okay, well, I'll be prepared next time. And I feel like that happens a lot when you play Talkatoo. You'll just kind of come up with your own strategies based on, like, what has burned you in the past. I feel like that's probably pretty true of, like, randomizers in general. you eventually kind of learn your lessons the hard way, and learn to play the game a bit more optimal the next time.
Well, the silly thing is, it's always because of something really extreme and silly that's happened. Something where, like, yeah, the odds of that happening were very low, and I didn't plan for it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
And then there are some things that are, like, very annoying that you have to do in your speedrun that you're hoping... I got the wrong timer challenge. Okay, our new total needs to be 501. Oopsies. That's okay. That'll happen.
You know what? Like, I don't mind that counting as an official one, Dangers, and here's why. We're already kind of strapped for time. That's fine.
True.
Like, don't worry about it. We're already doing something experimental. I'm not gonna fuss over that. It's all good.
As long as chat doesn't hold it against me.
Oh, well, don't give them that option, Dangers. You're going to get the emote of yours with the newspaper and the roll and the burb. You know that's what's coming now.
I'm going to get bapped. That's true.
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
I think that one's the ban, actually.
Oh, my gosh. Anyways, chat, just look the other way. Don't give poor Dangers a hard time. This is already a very ambitious thing we're trying to do here.
That's true. 250 moons, all directed by a bird in 3 hours. Yeah, it's true.
There it is. No, it is a BAP. You're right.
That one's the BAP. Yeah. We have a ban hammer one as well.
No, the BAP was the one I was thinking. Thanks, chat. The BAPs will continue until the moon's number goes up.
All right, I better get to work then.
I've been having so much fun with chat here. I still like the bat better than the hammer. I'm sorry. The bat is very illustrative.
Yes, I do. I love my animated emotes. It was one of the best things that Twitch has ever added.
I can't stop looking at the bat. Up and there's the jail. I knew that one was going to show up. Beeper jail.
The jail one's super cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there are any other ones that you can really get. Like maybe there's a handful of the animated ones you haven't seen yet. Chat. Maybe you've got some hidden gems.
I'm taking a look right now. Beeper browse. Beeper steer.
Yeah, the steer one's really good. One of my all-time favorites is the wizard one. It's a tier 3 one though.
Oh, that's cute. Beeper sit.
Yeah, he's just sitting there with his little leggies out.
Aww. Yeah, I don't know if I can pick like a favorite necessarily. These are all so cute. Oh yeah, the wizard. That's so cute.
Yeah, I love the little. It's based off the Magic Koopa from
Mario
World. Yeah.
Yep, that's my wheelhouse. You stay in the third dimension here. Once I get in the third dimension, I love these games. My depth perception is so off when it comes to most 3D games. Like you go to do these like pretty complicated jumps using the hat, and I'm just like, how? There are so many times like I'll go to land on a platform, and I'll be like, I swear that platform moved from where I went to go jump.
Yeah, just like the perception of it is a little bit wonky. I totally understand. There was a time. Yes, perfect. I got that other sub area one. That's exactly what I wanted. Anyway, there was a time, like I actually started speedrunning with 2D games. Super Mario World was my first speed game as well, and I did it a very, very long time ago. And I remember being kind of apprehensive when I started Odyssey for the same reason. I was like, it might be really hard to do this in like the third dimension. Like with Super Mario World, there can be a perfect way to play the game if you just press the right buttons at the right time, right? But that's not necessarily true of a 3D game. Like if your control stick is off 1 degree, like that, then you can make a mistake and you could lose your time, or you'll be like a couple frames behind because you were at an unoptimal angle or something. So I definitely know where you're coming from. It's definitely a different beast, but I think that kind of the platforming skills, so they transfer over if you want them to.
Nice.
Not right now. Clearly, but
it's like this game actually is really nice with it, admittedly. I was thinking like Super Mario 64, I always have issues with the way the 3D controls are in that game in particular. Now, mind you, I acknowledge that that was the beginning of a lot of 3D platforming, but there's just something about that game where in spots, it just seems a little rough around the edges, and it's pretty tough.
For which one, sorry?
Mario 64 is a bit rough with the platforming.
Yeah, I mean, I love the game, and now that I've speedrun it and stuff, I feel like I can control Mario all right in it, and I've grown to love it even more, but it's definitely not casual friendly if you didn't like grow up with Super Mario 64. I will say that.
I kind of grew up with it, but...
And even then...
I grew up more with NES more than that, yeah, I get what you mean.
Just going back after a while, you're like, oh, it handles a lot worse than my child brain comprehended.
Yeah.
I think we're definitely spoiled by what we have in the present as well. They had to start somewhere, I suppose, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But this was really big. This was like the next step in platforming when Odyssey first came out. I remember a lot of people, think about what we had right before Odyssey, right? So this was Switch. So, yeah, I mean, I want to say we had the Galaxy games before then, right? We had the Wii's, the Wii version. That was okay. I mean, I know I certainly struggled with motion controls in the Wiimote, so I was happy to have Odyssey in comparison. And Sunshine, well, I don't think people want to hear my opinion about Sunshine. It's not exactly rainbows and butterflies.
I feel like a lot of people are either in love with Sunshine or cannot stand Sunshine.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I think the game in itself, like the colors and such, it's beautiful. It's an absolute beautiful game, especially for its era.
Yeah.
But the controls. the controls.
Interesting.
If you ever return to it, you know, and when I say you, I mean everyone.
Yeah.
If you have a love for Sunshine and you return to it and you find yourself moving Mario around a lot, you might find that maybe you had some rose-colored glasses for that game because of the movement Mario had in it.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. The water makes things a bit complicated and weird. He's also kind of locked. I think all the 3D Marios kind of were until this one. They were locked to the like hexagonal controls, which can be kind of clunky feeling or just kind of restricting in 3D games. So like you can only move in the 8 directions, right? The cardinal directions. That was something that like when I started speedrunning the other Mario games after speedrunning this one, I felt was like the most limiting to the movement. But you combine that with like the weird free-flowing water mechanics of Sunshine, and I absolutely agree with you. But also, blue coins. Oh, my least favorite part of the game.
Real quick, we do have someone in chat. So for anyone who may just be joining us, by the way, hello, this is Random Number Generation. This is about randomizers and randomizer adjacent content. This is some of the randomizer adjacent content. So there is a bird in this game. And yes, we also have a bird here on screen. This is Dangers. Follow Dangers at twitch.tv/Dangers. And there's a bird in this game named Takatu. Takatu tells you which moons to go find. And those are the moons that Dangers has to go find in that order. So that is what we're doing, and you don't need any kind of special mod or program to do so. You just do what Takatu tells you to do, and you do that until you meet your objective here. Dangers is attempting in the limited time that we do have here to try to access Dark Side. We don't know if it can be done, but why not experiment right here on the GDQ channel, right? And my show is a little bit about randomness and experimenting, so we're all good with that. So yeah, that is the long and short of what we're doing, and again, you can try this on your own too. That's the beauty of this particular way of playing Super Mario Odyssey. So welcome. We are happy to have y'all here. I was trying to think what I was. Oh, right. We were talking about 3D movement. That's right.
Yeah.
So I like how it's improved even further. If Bonanza is any indication of where 3D platforming is going, I'm really excited for the future of movement in speedrunning. And I'm sure you felt that way too now as a speedrunner of Bonanza, Dangers.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of parallels that you can see kind of on the surface. I think that you can see, the big collectathon idea. You can kind of see... even just like the way the game looks can sometimes feel very samey. Like there's a map screen and all that, but also like if you dive into the movement and it's just so complex. And I think that is something that makes Odyssey as good as it is just how complex the movement is. And yeah, you can definitely tell that the same team worked on it under the surface because it just keeps getting deeper. There's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do.
Stuff, also Easter eggs. We were talking about the rocket from Mario 2 earlier. There's a lot of different Easter eggs in Bonanza as well. If you're a fan of any part of the Donkey Kong series, you can find many, many different references to that. I always like how this Odyssey team also, Dangers, this clipping is really cool, by the way.
I know, we're kind of just glossing over it a little bit. I'll explain what's going on in just a second.
Yeah, go for it. I didn't want to super gloss over that because I'm like, oh my gosh, look at what Dangers is doing here. Yeah. So please, by all means.
So that was the outfit clip that I was talking about. I feel underdressed. You get that moon, and then you're in a swimsuit, so the moon name makes sense. I'm not underdressed. I'm Nigel Thornberry. I'm fine. But that's because we clipped in. We didn't need the outfit. So there are actually, I think it's 2 kingdoms where you can do that. Lake Kingdom is one, and Metro is the other. So if we do end up having to go into the outfit room in Metro, we'll just clip in. There we go. So 16 is double what I need to leave Lake, and then I got an extra 5 because Snow Kingdom is really slow and boring. And that is 21. So we're going to move on to Cloud now.
Very nice, Dangers. And again, we were talking about how Lake was going to go by kind of quickly. It's not a particularly large kingdom compared to other ones in the game, so really well done there, Dangers.
Yeah, thank you. 100 moons already, so yeah, we're a little over a third of the way there.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so I was talking about having rose-colored glasses specifically for sunshine, but that's not limited to sunshine. We were talking about janky controls here in chat as well. I recently, when I say recently within the past year, I do retro achievements for some of my own personal projects, and I was replaying through parts of Sonic Heroes recently. Again, got nothing against the game. I love the 3D Sonic series so much. But I did not realize how janky the platforming was in that game, aka how easy it was to clip through platforms or just die randomly because you went through like a part of the background until I had done some of the achievements for that game. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really did see this through rose-colored glasses because this is very frustrating in spots because of that.
Right.
So it was just one of those, like, I would like to encourage folks to, it's good to have fun and by all means, be casual, have a good time, but maybe approach some games that you used to like through a more critical lens and just let me know how you feel about at least the control scheme of it and such. You might be surprised as to how you might feel about a game on a playthrough now that you're older. Or, okay, Dangerous, I like the way you're holding the controller.
Oh, you can see it,
yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I like that.
I do need to figure out a way to actually give him a controller that he can be holding on to. That'd be really cute.
That's fun. I like that. That's very fun.
Just so happens that the fastest way to do that fight is to shake the controller to make you punch. And I do love that you get to see that. All right. We're in Lost now. Now, Lost is also a really small kingdom. It also doesn't have very many moons that we need to collect. But we do have to be careful about how we maneuver this kingdom, because if we step in the wrong place, then Klepto back there will steal my hat. It's a 45-second cutscene that we cannot skip, and I have to go get Cappy back. So we're going to try and avoid that as best as possible. So you're probably going to see me at certain points in this. I'm going to just run by Klepto, and the music, the really tense music, is going to start. And then he'll assume that he has stolen my hat, and we can kind of play the kingdom as normal again. But
so this is a not very nice bird.
Not a very nice bird, no. I mean, I do love him, but I don't love him when I'm scared of him, kind of thing,
Yeah, I get it. So anyways, you were saying?
Yeah, so there is one small problem, is that, yes, we can kind of deactivate Klepto, but the problem is that if we warp, then we have to do it again. So every time we warp, we have to kind of activate him, because the timer will be reset and his spawn box will be reset. So if I happen to forget any of those things while we're doing this kingdom, I will lose a lot of time. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Let's see, what else do we have? Stone Cage. Okay, that's a good one. So yeah, you're going to see me come up here. That. And so now Klepto is in kind of engage mode, and I can explore the kingdom freely. I don't actually think there are 20 that I can get from Talkatu in this first visit of Lost Kingdom. I think the max is 19, but that's okay. There we go. Do I have any others? No. Okay. I'll basically collect as many as I can. Oops. Get some rest, Captain Toad. Okay. Peeking out from under bridge. That's a good one. Propeller Pillar's secret. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Mario is going to perish here, but that's okay. I'm going to use that as a free warp back up to the top of the kingdom, so that we can go to here. Yeah, and this is kind of why I like this category. It's very, you have to have a very good knowledge of the game, and you have to be very dynamic. And it feels rewarding to think about the game and putting the pieces together. It's also why I really like Bingo. I don't know if you've ever played much like Speedrunner Bingo, Sky.
Yeah, I have been meaning to play it. We've had some bingo here on the show, but we have... I've seen bingo for like Breath of the Wild, and I would like to have more of the Souls bingo on, if anything, because I know a lot of people have enjoyed watching that. What is your experience with it currently, Dangers?
With bingo or with Souls?
Yeah. Well, with either. Yeah. Like bingo with various games or with Souls or Souls bingo. Very interested.
Yeah, I mean, bingo is fun. I've done it for Odyssey. I don't think I've done it for very many other games, but that includes the Souls games. I actually haven't really played much Souls games, to be honest. They're a little intimidating for me. I like my little jumpy platformer games.
Oh, I'm the same. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. So, yeah, bingo's super fun. It really challenges your knowledge of the game. And for this, like, we're just collecting moons. So this challenges your knowledge of moons, but bingo can challenge your knowledge of everything. And this game does have a lot going on in it. So it can feel very rewarding to kind of put all those pieces together. What do I need here? Rising stone pillar. Okay. Activate him again. Oops. They call this a rising stone pillar. It looks like a staircase to me, but I'm not going to argue with Masahiro Sakurai. No, wait, that's not the right guy. That's the Smash Bros. Guy. He has nothing to say about Mario. He's probably on my side, actually. Okay, enjoying the view on the tree. So yeah, this kingdom is a really good one to collect a lot of moons in because everything is so close together, but there's just not a lot to choose from. We probably will end up collecting all the ones that it does give me. And once Takatu runs out of moons to give me, he'll say something like, there are no more hints, which is our cue to leave. Moon shards in the jungle, yeah. And caged gold, yeah. And a butterfly's treasure, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do that butterfly's treasure first. Oh, he flew away. Okay, that's fine. Little secret you can do here. If this butterfly ever flies away on you, just stand where he spawns, go into first person. Because the butterfly's spawn point is off camera, the game will just spawn the butterfly immediately, and you're already standing where they are. So, easy mood. Don't have to play the cat and mouse game. I know that was frustrating for me when I first played.
Oh, especially in this kingdom, there's just so many ways to fall into the gunk.
Yes, precisely. Oh, that's not going to be good. Yeah, there it is. Oh. Yeah, so this is what happens if Klepto steals your hat. It's okay, that'll put us like right where we want to be anyway.
Oh, here's your penalty. There.
There it is. For collecting an extra moon, here's the penalty. You know what? I'll accept it.
That's the penalty. There you go. Now check head, hold that against you. There's your penalty.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll pretend I did that on purpose.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, that was on purpose, see?
And that penalty also accounts for all future potential missed moons as well. Because it's possible that will happen. All right. Cage Gold is this one, and then Moon Shards is... This one can be a little tricky. Don't want to mess up. Most of Lost Kingdom is use this wiggler to traverse things, and speedrunners saying, no, that's okay, I'll just pass. I'll just jump around instead, or I'll figure out some other way to not have to use the wiggler. All right, I think there's only a couple more moons available here. Metro Kingdom's going to be a big one. Usually we need to collect 20 moons, so collecting 40 is going to keep us there for a little while. Cliff's Edge, Twist and Turn Up. Yeah, anything else? On the Mountain Road, of course. How could I forget? This one. The very first one. Oh, anything else? Shopping. Right, of course. Well, I'm gonna go. Nope. Oh wait, no, the kingdom is saved now, I guess. So I don't have to worry about Talkatoo anymore. That is the one benefit of getting rid of Talkatoo, I suppose. Or sorry, Klepto. I'm getting my birds mixed up over here.
You getting birds mixed up? Nah.
Yeah, it'll happen to the best of us, you know. All right. No outfit moons to worry about here. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I was gonna get 20, right? 20 is the double of 10, so that's actually perfect. So we're gonna bring our friend Glydon over here. I'm gonna place him right here, and nice first try. So, in order to do that trick, or in order to get that moon, you're supposed to bring a Wiggler all the way to the other side of the kingdom and stretch him into that little alcove to get the key. But I don't want to do that. The Wigglers are all the way over there, really slow. So you can just capture Glydon, your friend Glydon there, and dive and grab the key before you hit the poison. And you can avoid having to bring a Wiggler all the way over. I don't think anybody's ever timed like how much that saves in an actual speedrun, but it's got to be at least a minute. So. And now we're in Metro. Now, Metro, again, this is Talkatoo percent, and we are in a version of the Metro Kingdom that doesn't actually have Talkatoo in it yet. So we do need to do a little bit of story first, but once we kind of save the kingdom and bring it back to daytime, Talkatoo will be there. And we'll start our random collectathon, I suppose.
It's the only thing I didn't like about New Donk in terms of like wanting to do stuff for the randomizer slash, Talkatoo component of it is you still have this kind of beginning section that's a little more linear.
Yeah.
Slightly linear.
Actually, I will take that, thank you. Just in case. And the hardest part about doing the nighttime portion of Super Mario Odyssey with regards to Talkatoo is just making sure that you don't actually get the moons that you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
You do any percent so many times that you kind of build up a muscle memory for the ones that you're supposed to get. But that would be bad in this category because Talkatoo did not say Simon Says. Like, I can't grab that one.
It's a good way of putting it, honestly. It's kind of like a Simon Says.
Yeah, a little bit, right? Talkatoo Says. We'll just pretend his name is also Talkatoo's his last name, Talkatoo's his father. Please call me Simon. All right, there is actually a clip you can do with the boss in this, but it would be to collect a moon, so it doesn't make sense to do it. Anyway, what were you saying?
All I was saying is, what do you got going on with your own stuff lately? We haven't talked about your stream and what any projects you've been working on yet.
Oh yeah, I mean, I tend to be kind of one-track minded with my stream. Like, there's one focus, and we're gung-hoing on it, and that right now is Donkey Kong Bonanza speedrunning. So, if you want to see the speedrun develop, it's still pretty early. You can kind of follow it through my stream, I suppose. World record, I think, is down to a 114. Which is pretty wild because we were wondering if like sub 130 was even possible the other day, and now look where we are. So yeah, it's been a very fun speedrun to kind of keep on top of. Lots of really cool movement, lots of new tricks. Already finding ways out of bounds, of course.
Yeah, I'd seen one way out of bounds, but I'm sure there's dozens more by this point.
Yes. Yeah, and one of the ways is actually by using the geometry, like using the chunks that you can pick up and throwing them. So that in particular seems very promising, because if you can just kind of put terrain wherever in the game, there's potentially limitless places you could go out of bounds. All right, so here we are. Daytime Donk. We did get 3 moons for free by beating up the Mecha Wiggler. And there's Talkatoo right there. What do we have? Sewer Treasure. Great start, buddy. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're actually just going to do the festival right now. We got Secret Girder Tunnel, which is up here. And we got inside the rotating maze. But we got Sewer Treasure, which is... Remember when we were talking about how Talkatoo won't give you moons out of sequence? Yeah, well, even though in order to access the sewer, we need to talk to all of the bandmates, it is like phase 2 of this particular kingdom. So it does still count. Yeah, unfortunately. So he basically gave us a moon. The only way that we can get it is to collect all of the musicians so that the sewer opens up. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that first, and then we can do the festival. Or maybe I don't do the festival, but I get all of the story moons up until then. And then continue on from there. That's probably the smartest thing to do. And hey, we get to do the festival, so.
Oh, I love the festival.
Me too.
But is it conducive to going fast? Not like we have much control over that, mind you, but...
Yeah.
Is it...
I mean, it is worth 3 moons. I can do it pretty quick. It could also be just worth banking that one for now, but I will kind of keep the musicians on my radar and kind of pick them up when they're convenient.
Oh my gosh, it kind of puts things in perspective, seeing Pauline older now, huh?
Yeah, right? She's all grown up.
It's like, hi, Pauline.
And she's the mayor of a city and everything. She's come a long way.
Yeah, not too shy about her singing anymore, like...
Hanging from a high rise.
What an adventure.
Dizzying Heights. Oh, yes. These are actually a really good combo together.
Oh, good.
So, Dizzying Heights is all the way on the top of the building. Now, remember that thing I said earlier about how if things are not on screen, then they don't exist? The reason that I turn my camera all the way down like this is so that I can get that moon on screen as fast as possible. It's actually pretty common if you start speedrunning this game that you'll like do the strat where you like do the backflips and stuff to get up to the top of the kingdom, and then you'll just dive through the moon because it wasn't on screen long enough. Just a little quirk of the game that you kind of have to be familiar with, I suppose.
Right? Oh my gosh, that's a heck of a slam dunk there, Dangers. Into the pipe. That was so cool. Danger's here just styling on us.
From downtown, you know. All right, here we go. Hanging.
No, the show's called Random Number Generation. This is one of the GDQ Hotfix shows that's between GDQ events, and we're on here every other Tuesday. And this is a show about randomizers and randomizer-adjacent content. We've chosen randomizer-adjacent content this time in that, yes, we are trying to go fast, but the random component of this is that Dangers has to do what Takatu says. So it's like Simon says. That's how I'm going to think about it now, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
So Dangerous has to go with what Takatu says here and has to do the moons in that order. And what this means is that Dangerous has to route on the fly. There are still some strategies to this because you do get multiple choices at a certain point. So Dangerous has to think about how to make each set of moons route the best together. So that's what we got going on here. If you have any other questions, we're always happy to answer that. But that's the gist of what's going on today. But we always have some kind of run and or randomizer with a pretty random component to it, so to speak. And again, we could do all randomizers on the show, but I like the randomizer adjacent stuff as well. It opens us up to be able to take runs that I haven't done in the past and also have more runners on. We love doing that here. So, yeah. Also shows off more communities, too.
Exactly.
Like, this enables us to show off the Odyssey community, for example, because Odyssey doesn't have a traditional randomizer, so to speak, but Takatu is adjacent to what a traditional randomizer would be, so why not show that off? What's it with the birds? Dangerous loves birds. The end.
Birds are pretty chill.
Yeah, birds are cool.
All right. I'm going to look at this while I'm over here, in case we get Metro Kingdom Hint Art. That way we don't have to climb the building to get it again. Trumpeter is up here, and then we only need the bassist. And my key to unlock the bassist is going to be, I think the moon is called something along the lines of like buried in the rubble or something like that. If we get that moon, then that's the moon that's over on the bassist island. We get the bassist, we get that. We go into the sewer, we get sewer treasure, do the festival. Or maybe we'll hold the festival until maybe the last 3 if we're getting kind of stuck at that point. We'll see.
Yeah, the thing about the show is that, not everything that I do here kind of like can neatly fit into a charity run or a mainline run. And this gives us the opportunity. For example, Dangerous here has never done a dark side Takatu run before. So I'm like, well, why don't we just give this a try? And if for some reason we can't do it in time, there's no stakes to it whatsoever. We have a good time. We have some good laughs. We're able to interact with chat a little bit more than we would normally be able to during a charity run or a mainline run. So yeah, it's kind of the essence of what Hotfix is about. It enables us to interact with more communities and interact with chat a little bit more than otherwise. It's one of my favorite components of Hotfix. Also, Dangerous, what the heck with the 360 no-scope shots there? It's really good.
Just sniping some moons, don't mind me.
No, I'm just talking here about the show, and there you are, just pew right there. That was really good, Dangerous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the vaulting one. Okay, so we did get the moon that I needed, which is buried in the scrap. So we're going to grab that. That gave us the ticket to the bassist.
But yeah, I love randomizers, and I got to let y'all in on something. There are so many speedrunners that play either randomizers, archipelagos, or try to add a random aspect to their speedrun even like this, because it would be so easy for us to burn out otherwise, physically with our hands and our wrists, or even otherwise. And this is a way for us to kind of continue what we're doing, get some practice in with the fundamentals, but still have fun with what we're doing so we don't burn out on traditional speedruns. I feel like this is something that's kind of kept speedrunning prolonged for the past decade or so. If we did nothing but practice our traditional speedrunning as you all know it, I feel like there would be a lot bigger of a burnout by this point. So I feel like we need to be more appreciative and thankful for randomizers and the communities that help kind of put the rule sets together or develop the hardware or software that goes behind it, because I know that it helps out with the content immensely. A lot of us do this either part-time or full-time as well, and a lot of folks tend to watch and support it. So again, we have a lot to be thankful for when it comes to randomizer development, category development, and again, we have folks here like Dangers who just put out a really good show to go with it too and promote it very well.
Well, thank you, and I agree. I agree entirely. I think that it's a very thankless job sometimes to be the kind of faceless person who has made like a mod or a randomizer or something like that, that you stumble across and kind of it helps you fall in love with a game you already loved a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely appreciate your artists and appreciate those kinds of people.
Absolutely. I mean, what is randomizer and category development other than another form of art? Absolutely. We have to appreciate artwork more, whether that is, the artwork that we see in our lovely emotes or channel art, or the art within the actual game development that goes into it, or randomizer development. So absolutely. And again, that's how we keep it going too, within our jobs, our hobbies, etc. Like, that is how you all continue to have this wonderful entertainment here on GDQ Hotfix, on Twitch, etc. So, yeah. And this is, again, Danger's just really making this look really simple with this routing on the fly again. This is just, I'm in awe, Danger's, of just, you see the Talkatoo, it's like Jeopardy, right? Like, you always, you buzz in quickly in Jeopardy. It's like, wait, I didn't even get a chance to read the whole question, and here's Danger's already just whizzing by, already doing stuff. It's just phenomenal how quickly Danger's can think on the fly and route on the fly with this.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
For this particular one, I saw the Plaza Planter and the Building Planter show up, so I'm just going to plant them all, and that way they're all ready for me when I come back. And we're going to do our sneaky little trick where we just set the clock forward again.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, I'm like, this seems like one where Danger's uses the power of the Switch 2 calendar and makes the plants grow.
What do you mean? The power of time travel.
Time travel.
I brought you all an hour into the future.
Oh, here we go. Is Danger's going for another slam dunk?
Oh, I didn't need the pipe that time. I just needed the rocket.
Okay. Well, you know what, though? You didn't even touch the ground and you hit the rocket. So that's like the essence of what it was before.
Exactly. I'll
allow it. Yeah.
Now this time we're in here for another moon.
Danger's was just talking about that with bingo style races. Absolutely, it would. I tend, for the sake of focusing on runners, I tend to go one person at a time unless I really feel like something warrants a race, because especially with something with a random component, it's really difficult to keep track of two screens at the same time. Unless it's like a co-op or something like that, then that's fine. Like if it's like one screen with two players, that's cool. But I tend to, especially with random components, try to focus on one screen at a time, because I want something to be as easy and accessible to folks watching as possible. And as someone who used to watch a ton of randomizer races, it's really easy to become focused on one screen and get really lost in the details of that one screen and lose like the bigger picture. So on this show, we tend to focus on one runner at a time, and one runner for the 3-hour duration that we have every other week. That way we get to know our runners better. We get to understand categories better. We get to understand clips like this. Oh my gosh. Again, Danger's just saying like, yeah, you keep talking. I'm just going to clip through this wall casually, okay?
Hey,
Here comes the RC.
It needed to be done. I mean, RC Car Pro's in here. I don't...
Okay, so like, again, Dangerous makes this look easy. At least I feel like this car controls a little odd at times.
Oh, it's definitely not. Yeah, it's easy. I mean, I'm still crashing into walls. I feel like I could do a better job, but like, it's definitely not friendly to control at the start. Yeah. I think the casually, like the one that's outside in the little track, I think casually I probably spent like a good handful of minutes trying to get that first try. So. Okay, where are we at? Inside an Iron Girdle and the Building Planter. Okay, so I'm a 50-50 on this one. This is another one where I'm not sure if I know the names. There's a Building Planter and a Rooftop Planter, but they're both on the rooftops of buildings, which is really confusing. So I'm basically just going to make a 50-50 shot in the dark, and if I get it wrong, well, don't forget that Klepto stole my hat earlier, so...
Yeah.
So we're even, okay? We're even, chat.
No, yep. I already said something about that earlier. You're good.
Yeah, this is, for some reason, I have like the worst accuracy on this one. I feel like I'm always really confident in the wrong one. I think I'm about 0% on trying to get that in a Talkatoo run. I always pick up the wrong one. That's okay.
I would rather have someone feel confident about the wrong one. Because it's confidence, right?
That's right. Boldly barreling into misfortune. All right, we got rewiring the neighborhood. That is good. So this is the second kingdom where there is an outfit room, but we don't need the outfit, and I'll get to show you why. Also, yeah, nice. We did clip into the RC car room, and that is like probably the easiest of all the clips that you could possibly do in the game. You literally just go where I did, you slide down the wall, and then you jump, and then you ground pound, and Mario just goes through. There's no need for any other complicated movements or anything. It like literally is that easy. You could do it right now if you turned on your game. The upcoming one, though, probably a little bit more tricky, but same idea. So it's glittering above a pool. It's actually a really good combination with the sub area we're about to do. So I use this barrel. I have to line Mario up kind of in the center of the barrel. And then I do the same thing. I just jump and I ground pound. And he clips through the building. And we come into the outfit room from the back.
That's so cool, Dangers.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool clips in this game. And I think another part about playing randomizers that is really cool, aside from just like giving yourself something to do that is not just... you know, the speed run and kind of burning yourself out on that over and over and over again is just getting to play the game in a new way every time. And getting to use some of the stuff that you maybe wouldn't use in that speed run.
Yeah, I mean, it's a refreshing way to practice the fundamentals. I always have folks saying that, like what good are randomizers or what do they do other than distract the runner? I'm like, that's how you practice your fundamentals without burning out.
Yeah.
Good question. Are there any tricks that are harder on Switch 2 than Switch 1 because it doesn't upload objects as much?
No, actually. Fundamentally, from a speedrunner's perspective, the game plays exactly the same. The only difference is that it loads faster. So it is actually faster to play on the Switch 2 for speedruns, but only because the game loads faster. It plays the exact same otherwise.
It's a good question, though. This is something absolutely. We're kind of in a speedrun Wild West right now because there's so many games that are compatible between the Switch 1 and Switch 2, and we're still, in many ways, as speedrunners, trying to figure out how and why that is the case. So that's just a good question to be asking yourself for the next year or two about these games. And we still, because of how enormous these games are, we're still going to be finding stuff probably even a few years after that point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mario 64 is what? Almost 30 years old, and they're finding, carpetless as recently as last year. So as long as there's a dedicated community, then a speed game could be infinitely full of secrets.
It really is almost 30 years.
I know, it's sad to think about.
No.
All right, we're making pretty good progress in Metro. So I said I wanted to collect 40, and we're just about at 30.
Okay. Yeah, we got about 5 minutes, maybe a little around that point until we want to take our next wellness break. So just whenever you would like to.
That sounds like I can probably get to the end of Metro in about that time. So let's shoot for that.
Let's shoot for that then, yeah.
Captain Todd, okay. Beaten wire, okay. Jump rope genius. Oh, I was hoping you would not say that.
I don't know. Watching you do the mini game, watching you do the RC car was kind of fun, Dangers. And I know for time it's not convenient, but I was enjoying myself.
Oh, I'm glad. I mean, I would do the jump rope for sure, but I hope that I get the other one because we just got the moon for doing the full amount. And there's 2 moons. So If we can combo those together, then that would be so much better. So we'll see. Well, hopefully. And then off the beaten wire.
Which Mario game will be running for 30 years from now? I'll have to be running the 2D stuff. I'll be telling people to get off my lawn and still be running, Mario All-Stars,
I'm probably right there with you. It would be, considering how long I've been speedrunning for now, it'd be shocking if I'm not continuing video games of some kind when I'm double my age.
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember 10 years ago, plus years ago, when I started streaming, folks would be like, oh, you're not going to be doing that in 10 years. Here I am over 10 years later, still doing the thing,
That's right.
Someone chat said, new rule, no more game anniversaries, no more saying how old games are. No, we can't ignore that. I mean, we have to, keep talking about how far games have come along, because it is in such a short time. I mean, look what we have now, 30, in some cases, even 40 years later,
Bench Friends, a fan favorite. Hint art, no. Okay, I mean, it's fine. So I actually will get to show you why I chose Wooded first and Lake second. So cool. we just got Metro hint art, which if I saw it in a regular Talkatoo speedrun that I was doing for a fast time, I would probably cry a lot. But luckily, this is just a showcase. So because we chose Lake second, the painting that we can access from Metro Kingdom here happens to be Lake Kingdom. And it's where the hint art is.
Mandatory feel old segment. I'm sorry, that just comes with the territory. I love the paintings, by the way. Speaking of things that are old, I love the homage to Mario 64 here with the paintings, Dangerous.
Yes. Nintendo's really clever about using nostalgia as like a nod to the gamers who appreciate the old, like the classics. Oops. Where am I going here? Here is where you are.
You tell me, because I'm like, where is Dangerous going? I mean, I'm fascinated, and I always let you cook, but I'm just like, where's Dangerous going?
That one, I wasn't sure what I was cooking for a while. I had to figure it out along the way. But there we go. And now we can just hop back in the painting. And the cool thing about that is that we didn't have to worry about going into the Odyssey and dropping off all of our moons. Which is what we would have had to do if we wanted to transfer kingdoms and buy the Odyssey. It's all 36 of those moons would have to go in, and then we'd have to choose the kingdom. Paintings just save so much time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I can understand that. Somebody had to mention Mario 35. I miss Mario 35 so much.
Oh, what a tease, right? I don't know why they couldn't just let us keep that one.
That was an example of why we can't have nice things. I'm sorry. I always try to keep it positive here. I always try, especially when I'm here on Hotfix, I try to keep it positive. I'm legit still upset about Mario 35, okay?
You're valid for that one though, for real.
Yeah. I mean, we are fortunate, though, that we did have the one GDQ where we did have the four-way Mario 35 showcase.
Yes.
It was such a good time. I'm really glad that the committee gave us that showcase because that was just a blast to see. And again, that is on the GDQ YouTube as well. And by the way, we do have two things coming up here. I just want to mention both of them really quick because these will be gone before we know it, so I want to make sure. We have PAX West coming up. Games Done Quick. We'll be returning to PAX West from August 29th, coming up very soon as it's recording, to September 1st. Visit gdq.gg/PAX West to check out the schedule and visit west.paxsite.com to learn more about the event. And then we also have TwitchCon coming up. Games Done Quick Express is returning to TwitchCon San Diego from October 17th through 19th. Learn more at twitchcon.com and visit gdq.gg/submit to submit your runs. I've been to both a PAX and a TwitchCon event with the GDQ stuff going on there. I would highly advise, if you are going to be around, be sure to attend both of those. They are so much fun. Would advise. All right, and here's Dangerous again going after the remotely captured car. And have I missed jump rope?
That's
I want
right.
to make sure. All right.
We'll probably. I think we'll probably have to do the jump rope, but we'll see. I'm just gonna do this little clip here. Little bit of confusing thing there. If you were paying close attention, you would have noticed that I wasn't really in the taxi cab, but it warped me to the zone anyway. Why is that? Well, it's because this is like one of my favorite pieces of knowledge that I don't think actually saves you any time in speedruns, but it's just so quirky about this game. But you can be... All the game checks for is that Mario is in a certain location, that he is also in a capture. It doesn't matter what capture that is, and it doesn't matter how you get it. So you can actually just position Mario in that square where the game is checking and capture something else in the vicinity, home in with Cappy, and it'll just warp you instead of you having to like wait for the taxi to take you there. And it saves... It does save the cutscene, I suppose. I don't think it's actually been useful in a speed run yet, but I hope one day, because it is a really cool little nugget of game knowledge, I guess.
Question from the chat, is it an in-game limit or runner-imposed how many moons you queue up from Talkatoo? I believe it is an in-game limit. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dangers.
Yes. So Talkatoo will only queue up 3 at a time. And that, honestly, I like that. I like that more than if it was just 1. And I like it more than if it was, a larger number, because it really influences the routing that you have to do. You're kind of given like little packets of 3 and you're like, how do I fit these together? Do I bother getting all 3 of them and then coming back, or is it worth kind of like trying to dig for another one so that you can combo them together later? It would have been really nice if I had bullet building 5 seconds ago, because I was literally just in that sub area, and then I could have gotten them both. But nope, we gotta go twice. All right, 2 more moons. I guess I'm not gonna have to do jump rope. I did end up getting some faster moons that I decided to go with anyway. We also won't see this festival because it is a little too slow for us today. But we will have our 40 after this. So this one, and then... Whee. While I'm falling, just quick check. Pushing, okay. Ow. Okay. $40 moons means we're all done with Metro.
All right,
160, which means we're... are we half? Yeah, we're over halfway there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good. 160 is just a little under 2/3, I think. So we might be able to make it up. The kingdoms following this one get a lot quicker, so... But yeah, I guess we're ready for break number 2.
Yes, absolutely. So again, really quickly before we go on the break, I just want to remind people that we have an awesome community called Black in a Flash. Black in a Flash is a community that uplifts and connects Black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate Black voices in the speedrunning scene. Learn more or apply to get involved at gdq.gg/BAF and follow at blackinaflash.bsky.social on Blue Sky for the latest updates. Awesome. All right, everyone, be sure to stretch, hydrate, and we'll be right back with Random Number Generation. Welcome back to Random Number Generation. I am here with Dangers, and this is Super Mario Odyssey Talkatoo. And let's get talking to Talkatoo once more. Dangers, you ready to go?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's get right back into it.
On your count.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so where are we going next now after New Donk? Do we get another forked path here, or is it another linear path? I'm trying to remember.
Yes, we do get another choice. This time, it doesn't matter which one we choose first, because we don't have the same kind of symmetry with the hint arts and the pathways as we do. In fact, both of the Snow Kingdoms exit paths. Actually, is it exit paths? I think one exit and one... No, they are both the exit paths. Are actually only available in the post-game. So even if there was some kind of symmetry, we probably wouldn't be able to utilize it very well. Oh, where am I going? Right, this is Talkatoo. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some purples. Remember earlier I was saying there are some kingdoms where you want to get the outfit ready by collecting purple coins in advance. This is one that we cannot clip past, and it is almost certain, like more than any other kingdom, it is almost certain that we will have to go in there, just because Snow Kingdom is such a small kingdom, and as you can see, it's kind of snowstorming outside, which means there's not a lot of moons, because they're all the moons that are in the basement here. So it is almost certain that we will have to go in there. The rest are kind of scattered around this little town area, like shining in the snow town, which I'm going to get up to by doing this. And then here. And then I got atop a blustery arch, which is the one that's inside this sub area here. This sub area is on a cycle, so as long as you do the same movement at the beginning, you'll always arrive at that platform at the exact same time, and you can do a triple jump off of it, and the platform's moving will kind of give you extra momentum, which is really handy. And then we're gonna spawn this. So story moons, like I said, are the free square on a bingo card, so to speak, when you're doing Talkatoo, because Talkatoo will never give me these moons. And for that reason, we can kind of just use them to pad our numbers a little bit if we want, which I'm definitely going to do in Snow Kingdom. Because there aren't very many moons in here in general. So these tend to be pretty fast. All right, what else do we got? Entrance, nice. And shopping. Okay, so we also got Captain Toad earlier. So we can kind of just do the order that we would do normally if we were playing any percent, which is pretty nice. I do need to collect some purple coins, though. So I might hold on to the shop, actually. Because again, it's all about kind of optimizing. And we already have the shop moon, so it would be probably good for us to wait until we can buy the other thing from the shop before going in. I will get the entrance, though, which is right up here. Now, like I was mentioning before, we did take a little bit of extra time in Cascade and in Lake earlier to get 5 extra moons in each so that we could kind of collect the double from snow rather than doubling snow on purpose. And I think that that's going to come in handy because, again, this kingdom is very... Treasure in the Ice Wall is this one. Because, yeah, this kingdom can be very slow. And all the moons are very spread out, and there's not very many of them. So, let's see, we'll grab those. Oh, dang. You hate to see it.
It's all right, though. It wasn't an insta-death.
That's true. Could have been much worse. I think this is Treasure in the Ice Wall. Treasure in the Ice Wall. Would you look at that?
I mean, it's an ice wall and it's a treasure, so that makes sense to me.
Oh, did I miss one? I did. This one. I forgot my shards. Okay. That's one. We still have the shopping one, and then we can get 2 more from Talkatoo right now. And if all 3 of them are good, then we can get out of here. That would be nice. Oops.
Hey, you're making this go pretty quickly.
And what do we have here? Ice dodging Goomba stack. Nice. Shavarian treasure chest. Very nice. Okay, so... Oh, I'm playing in English, aren't I? That's unfortunate. I was going to show off a cool trick, but it does actually require me to be playing in Chinese. Not because the game is any different, but because I use the characters on the heads-up display as like a visual cue. So, unfortunately, won't be able to show that off. We'll just do this moon the normal way. But there is a way to clip past this little door that you see right here. Very precise trick, though. One of the hardest in the game. But that's okay. Because we'll just grab this one. All right.
This kingdom is a lot smaller than I remember.
Yeah. I mean, part of it is that we didn't really get an opportunity to explore the outside. But yeah, it's just a small little town, 4 little hallways. And really, before you complete the world peace portion of the game for Snow Kingdom, there's only like 12 moons. I'm actually really, really grateful that we did not get the hint art, because that would have just been like a lock to one of our 3 spots. So, honestly, could have gone a lot worse. Pretty good RNG for Snow Kingdom. All right, and now we're in Seaside. Seaside also requires 8 moons, and I would say that the story moons are pretty quick to get if they're like in the way, so you'll probably see me get those. I might even do the boss fight, depending on what our RNG is like. This is also another outfit room kingdom, so I'll probably collect some purple coins along the way. We haven't changed since Wooded, actually, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we're still John Moana here.
Yeah, that's right.
You ever play that game, Dangerous?
I haven't. No, I haven't played it.
I can make a promise to you, Dangerous. If you ever play that game, that is the #1 way to get Author Blues to appear in your chat.
Duly noted. Is he like their number one fan?
If you like puzzle games. Oh, yeah.
I do like puzzle
yeah.
games. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that is like literally the mother of all puzzle games, La Milana. It's not easy, but I'll tell you, it's got one of the best soundtracks you'll ever hear. It also has a randomizer in it.
It has a randomizer in it?
Well, not in it, but I mean, there's one for it, and it's pretty good. Pretty well developed, actually.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Do love me some puzzle games.
Yeah, yeah. If you like puzzle games, you'll definitely enjoy it. If you're ever looking for a break from the usual content.
Indeed. I'm just kind of swimming around. I'm being a little fishy guy right now.
Oh, speaking of this level, we have chat says, even if you don't do the boss fight, you should at least tell us the full name of the boss.
Should I? Why is that? Chatter who probably came from my stream. Why is that?
No, I'm pretty. I don't know if they're a regular in your stream, but I know they're a regular of RNG here. So.
Yes. I'll think about it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't really remember. You know,
it's a very long name.
Yeah, it actually takes my brain quite a bit of time to load it. So I'll get back to you in about 10 minutes and see if we're there. Come on, Mario. They're right there. Thank you. That was very, very kind of you to do the thing finally. I have slipped through the nesting spot. Right. Okay. Yep, I saw that one coming. We need a fish. And we're going to utilize our good old friend, the if I'm not on camera, I don't exist strategy. So we're going to, there's an eel up ahead here. And he only appears and pops out of the hole if you have your camera on him. So we just tilt our camera down and he leaves us alone and we can grab that moon for free. Have Dangers and Dangerous ever done a hotfix together? Actually, I'm so glad you asked. Yes. Yes, we have. We did a hotfix together, I think like last week. Or not last week, sorry, like last month. It was pretty recent. He had me on his Crosshairs show. But Dangers, you don't play games that have guns in them. You're right. But it does have Bullet Bill, and I guess that counted that week. So, yeah, we actually have done a show. I did play Odyssey, and I think I did an 80% run. So, yeah.
Well, technically, there's also the tank, too, right?
Yes, that is another one that he pointed out when we got there.
Yeah. Because the Bullet Bill wasn't my first thought. My first thought was the tank, because it's a shooter, right?
Yeah, it does do the shooting. Yeah, I think of like just, I think his motto for his show is like anything bullets, bombs, or something like that. And so for me, Bullet Bill came up in my mind first. I was like, well, I guess that kind of counts. Oh no. Come on, Mario, you can jump. You're the guy. You're the jump man. There we are. Okay, so there's that. I just need 3 more purples, which I'm going to grab over here. Now we need 10 to get past Seaside, which means I'm going to grab 20 here. Shh, it's a shortcut. Stretching on side path. I'm actually really glad that one showed up. We're talking about comboing sub-areas. I just got the second of one of the sub-areas in Seaside, so we can combo those together, which is really nice. I love when things work out, you know?
Yeah, I want to say that that's actually a big break compared to some of the other things that we've seen tonight in terms of sub-areas.
Yeah. There are some kingdoms that are a little bit nicer than others. Like, I actually don't mind a lot of Metro Kingdom sub-areas because they tend to be kind of short and compact. So going into them twice is not that big of a deal, but there are some other kingdoms that their sub-areas are like true gauntlets. Like this one's kind of long. Like I wouldn't really want to have to do this entire lava maze twice. So yeah, in a kingdom like this, it really matters a lot. Here. I do. I love it when a plan comes together. Even though I didn't know what the plan was until it kind of jumped out at me, hit me in the face. I don't want to get the hint art here, because that would take us back to Metro, which would require the Odyssey, which would require my tears. So we're not going to do that.
Require your tears.
I will cry if I have to take the Odyssey to Metro Kingdom, so that's just a given. Oh, moon shards in the sea. Okay, we can show off something cool. Seaside Kingdom Timer Challenge 1. Okay. We will show off a little something cool, maybe. So Timer Challenge 1 is down here. This isn't the cool thing. This is pretty slow.
Oh, okay. So when you're a 2D Mario, you don't need oxygen bubbles.
Yeah, I don't know what the logic is there, to be honest, but
Well, I mean, when you're in a water world in, Super Mario Brothers, you don't need air bubbles there.
That is true, yeah. There's a lot of inconsistencies with that, huh?
Yeah.
Just like game to game, like what is allowed by Mario and what isn't. I think the most egregious one is in Super Paper Mario. He can't breathe in space, but he can breathe underwater. I'm not sure what sense that makes.
And yet, he can breathe in space in all of, Galaxy.
Exactly. So anyway, this clip right here, sorry, just to divert for a second.
Please.
But
Yes.
this clip right here is Fish Clip. This is probably the second easiest clip that you can do in the game. There's like an invisible force that pushes you so that you can't go too far outside of Seaside Kingdom. I think they opted for that instead of like a solid wall, just because it kind of looked nicer to have the water take over and get deeper. But Cheep Cheeps can kind of push against it when they swim. So you push against it a little bit, and then you uncapture, and it actually locks the Cheep Cheep in place. You bring Mario back inbounds, you capture the Cheep Cheep again, and you get that boost again from the fish. So then you can push yourself even further past that invisible boundary and through the wall. And you can kind of just swim around the entire outside of the kingdom if you want. But it's handy for doing this moon in particular because usually you need to give up Cappy and swim around as Mario, and it's so slow. It was probably faster for me to actually go all the way out of my way just to do that clip, to come all the way back because of how slow it is to do it as Mario. Inlet.
I always like seeing the out-of-bounds areas there, so I'm glad you took the time to talk about that. It'll never not be fascinating to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get out of bounds in this game. Despite all of its polish, speedrunners, they'll still find their ways in. I'm going to change the time again. I don't really want to do too many seeds in Seaside because they are very spread out. The inlet seed is fine because it's right there. But if I get any others, I'll probably ignore them unless I have to do them. We got Back Canyon Excavate. Which is this one. Okay, we need 9 more from Seaside. Oops, bonk. Ow. Getting beat up by Sea Bacon. It's fine. So I'll probably collect the story moons, because that'll give us another 3. And then we just need 5 more. What's your favorite kingdom, Sky?
There's a lot of good ones here, actually. So probably either Bowser's initial kingdom, like the Imperial Palace. I think that one's pretty cool.
Yes, Bowser's Kingdom, yeah.
Or, I'm a big sucker for New Donk City just because it's super cute.
Yeah. Can't blame you for that one. That's a good choice.
How about you?
Ooh, I mean, it depends. Are you asking a speedrunner or are you asking, the person who played this game casually?
Just the person who plays this game casually. For flavor. How about this? The flavor.
The flavor, then definitely luncheon. Yeah. No pun intended.
Oh, yeah. I always get hungry when I go in there, though.
Yes. It's precisely why I love it. Oh, come on, little fishy. There you go. The checkpoints do give him his water back, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I think the style is really cool. I think that it's a bit of a trope, a bit of a cliche at this point for a Mario game to have a lava level. So I think that they disguised it really well. I think that's why I like it so much. I think it's really clever. You might have noticed I'm not pressing the switches just because that's an extra cutscene, a couple extra seconds of dialogue and stuff, and I'm not going to be fighting the boss, unfortunately, chat. I think I'm going to just continue testing my luck here.
In terms of the music, though, it's always going to be wooded for me.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that. That's for sure. Instant classic. All right, that should be. Oh yes, I did plant a seed as well. So this should be all of my Talkatoo slots. We have 4 moons left to collect. Okay. Only 2 more visits. Not bad. Bubbling Northern Reaches, that's easy. Ocean Bottom Maze Hidden Room, I guess. Shopping, super nice. And then we can use that freed up Talkatoo slot and talk to Talkatoo again. How many times can you say Talkatoo? Talk to Talkatoo. Talk a lot to talk Talkatoo. I don't know. I'm losing it. I'm losing it.
No, you're good. You're good.
And that was a really nice combo, actually. So we just got Ocean Surface Dash, which is this one right here. And then the hidden room in the 3D area. We just got to go into this pipe. And then Northern Reaches is really easy. So we got pretty good RNG in the seaside, especially considering... actually, I don't know why I captured the fish. Considering that we have to collect double the moons here. There's our hidden room, and then Northern Reaches, we just go up here.
So where do you think we're going to end up moon-wise by the end of this?
How many...
How close do you think?
How much time do we have left?
Well, let's see. We're at... We got about a half an hour left. Yeah.
40 to 35?
Yeah.
20 to 35.
20 to 35. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that's tough to say. I mean, I feel like my pace is pretty good. I want to say that I'll probably make it to about 240. We'll probably be in Bowser's somewhere.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's really good. Yeah. We could get over the 35 if you think we can finish.
Okay.
Like, the estimate was only there just to let people know approximately when we'd be done. It's not like when I used to run Mercy Kill.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, we probably could make it to the end. A little bit over time, probably like 10 or 15 minutes over time then.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. As long as you're down for it, we're down for it.
Yeah. If I've mentally planned this all out, by the time that we're done the Moon Kingdom, we will probably be at 247, and then I'll just do like 3 in Mushroom and I'll be done. And then we go to Darkside. So
nice.
Oh, well, let's not do that, whatever that was. But yeah, we're making pretty good pace, I think. All right. So earlier we were fighting against Spewart, and I told you how he was probably the hardest boss of all time. Well, now it's even harder because the arena is rectangular shaped, so it's really scary. Okay. That could have gone really wrong.
Nah. Never had any doubt in you, Dangers, ever. I always had firm belief in you.
I would sure hope not, because that boss is very, very easy. I think anybody watching could probably pick up a controller and just copy what I just did. Easy. I'd be honestly kind of shocked if you couldn't, but I will help you figure it out if you do.
Aww.
All right. So same thing here. We're gonna kind of set ourselves up for success by going around the kingdom. We're gonna grab some purples, 15. so that if we do get an outfit moon, we can just put on the chef outfit and be good to go. Grab these. We have 15 and birds right here. Now, this is a kingdom that is very important for us to not progress the story too far. Because if we do, then terror will befall the kingdom. No. Basically, what will happen is the kingdom will progress to a stage where the town's checkpoint doesn't exist anymore. So we would have to go all the way through the kingdom, basically, and do the entire story just to get Talkatoo back, basically, which is a very bad thing. We don't want that to happen. So we're not going to progress the story too far. We're not going to go up to the meat plateau and activate the bird and change the phase of the kingdom, because if we do, consequences will never be the same. We are going to go this far, though. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to do this one. Just so we can kind of open up the kingdom this far, at least. There is a checkpoint up on the Meat Plateau platform that I will probably use for ease of access. And a checkpoint right here as well.
Dang, I'm already getting hungry, Dangers. This is bad.
I am sorry about it.
No, don't be. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I love the mega vegetables. Yes. Very well salted, too. I'm going to grab this. And then we got Taking Notes, Spinning Athletics. Spinning Athletics is a sub-area, but it's one of the quicker ones. A lot of the ones in Luncheon are actually pretty quick to navigate. I wouldn't mind getting them as a combo, but not the end of the world if we don't. Because I can just go like this. And then we use that handy warp we just picked up over here. And I'm going to... Again, I don't want to progress the story by making the meat shake. I always try and figure out how I want to say that, because it just, no matter what I say, it comes out sounding really wrong. But it's true. That's what you do. You capture it and then the meat shakes. I don't know what to tell you, viewers at home. But anyway, I digress. We don't want to do that because we don't want to progress the story. But it is a very quick 3 moons when we're finally ready to leave. So I will get that checkpoint so that we can go back there and finish up the kingdom right there. Maybe we'll need 36 here. Launching Kingdom Timer Challenge 1. Okay. Island of Salt in the Lava. Very nice. Strong Simmer. All right, we're putting on our chef hats. I'm going to need some yes chefs when I put on the outfit. Mario, excuse me. Try again, thank you.
All right.
Please don't jump in the lava. That would be really sad. Okay, he didn't. That's good.
Well, you said... See, here's the thing, Dangers. You said please. Right?
And I told him I'd be really sad, so I made him feel guilty. And so
there you go.
Yeah.
No, please. It's the word please. Trust me on this one.
I should say please in my speedruns more often.
I'm telling you, it works. I am telling you, it works.
I'm believing. I'm a believer as of now. An extreme simmer. Oh, nice. I got both. We love that for me.
No. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. The bird was giving you the assignment. Talkatoo's a bird. How does Talkatoo, not want to eat things in this kingdom? What keeps Talkatoo on that perch?
That's a good question. I've never thought about it that way.
Talkatoo's a bird, right? And yes, Talkatoo's pretty well behaved, but I'm sorry, like, I don't care how well behaved, especially an animal is. There's no way you separate the animal from the food. No way.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not nibbling on like veggies in the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's well behaved, really well behaved. More so than like some people's kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's very knowledgeable. I think that's easy to see. Big brain on that bird. All right, yes, chef. It is time to chef. And it turns out that the outfit room is also a sub area, which means there's 2 moons in there, and we got both of them. So we love that for us. And there is one more outfit room in Bowser's Kingdom that we might have to put on. But if not, we'll be chefing for the rest of the game. Well, until the wedding, I guess, at the end. But
Oh, I love the samurai outfit.
yeah.
Okay.
And I like that sub area a lot too.
So, I don't know about you all, but the one thing I like about fall coming up soon, I like me a good soup or a good pot of chili.
Yeah. There's a lot of reasons for like enjoying when the weather gets a little cooler.
Oh, yeah.
Warm and cozy is a good vibe. That's why I like it when it rains. Okay. Back to Talkatoo. What do we have next, chef?
Dang, now I want some chili. I told you this kingdom would make me hungry.
It's a curse.
I'm telling you, it is.
Okay. Gotta fix the cracks. Bloop. Yep. There we go.
I'm telling y'all, chili sounds really good right now.
Mario, where are you going, sir? That's incorrect.
You know what else is? Oh, yeah, that is incorrect. I'm right there with you. You know what? You know what that is dangerous? We'll just count that off again as if you grab the wrong moon. There you go. There's your
There we go,
penalty.
yeah.
We prepaid the next penalty. It's all good.
Good to know. Good to know I've got one in my back pocket in case I need it.
In the U.S. here, it's almost time for football season, so I think that's partially what's got me in the fall mood as well.
I see.
Yeah.
Are chili cookouts a common thing for like football games?
Oh yeah, definitely. When my parents used to tailgate for the Buffalo Bills games, chili was a pretty big one there. It gets pretty cold up there.
Yes, I believe it. I admittedly don't watch a whole ton of sports myself, but you know, the kind of parties and stuff is I can get behind that. I'm about joining the bandwagon. Not afraid to admit it.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Always room.
Take me to a chili cookout with a good couple of beers, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Just got to keep the fold-out tables away from the Bills fans.
I'm sensing a reputation of Bills fans breaking folding tables.
Yes, they do. Very much so. We do have some pretty odd traditions in our fan base.
I love it.
I mean, it should be no surprise. My name is Sky Bills. There's no coincidence there, okay?
True, yeah.
Someone in chat was said I can't get away from Bills fans. Sorry. No, we're talking about the kinds of things that go in chili. Now, I like pinto beans in my chili. I like pinto beans.
Yeah, pinto beans are good. Kidney beans, I'm also kind of partial to.
I've had chickpeas in my chili too. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it actually does work out really well.
That's the best part about chili. You can kind of do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Are you familiar with like the Cincinnati chili?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I always put my chili over like a bed of rice or a bed of noodles.
Yeah, it makes sense too, right? It's kind of like if you were to have like a curry dish, for example, it's kind of like the same idea. You know, you're just like making a stew type thing in like a gravy-like sauce. So it makes sense to kind of have some sort of carb underneath it. Like you would, if you had curry, you wouldn't just eat curry; you'd eat curry over rice. So
Yeah.
I'm all on board for it. Yeah.
Yeah, corn is also good. I see some people doing, corn and some people onion. Yeah. No, there's, like you said, there's really not a super wrong way to make a chili. I think someone even said earlier, like putting sour cream on top, which is something I wouldn't diss. That's actually something I might try at some point.
Yeah.
What I like to do with the leftovers is instead of reheating the chili, I like to make just a tiny amount of noodles or rice to go with it. And then I just make like a fresh amount of noodles or rice with every meal. And you just put it on the hot noodles or rice, and that like reheats the chili without because I don't like my food reheated, right? Like, I don't know how people are, but like, there's something about leftovers that just turns me off. But if you can figure out like a creative way to reheat it, I'm there. Like it either tastes good cold or you figure out a creative way to reheat it. Because me and leftovers, we don't get along as well.
That's fair. Are leftovers usually microwaved?
I rarely use the microwave, like at
Same.
all, just for anything. Like I don't know what it is. It's just something like when a meal comes from a microwave, unless it's like, like a soup. If I need to have a soup in a pinch, that's fine, But like if it's like anything else, it's just something that comes out of a microwave just never seems to taste good to me.
It's convenient.
As good.
It's
Yeah.
convenient, but it definitely doesn't cook things very nicely.
Yeah. Ooh, crunch up Fritos in chili. Now that might be something I want to try. That sounds quite good, actually.
Yeah, you can do it with like Tostitos or something as well, like corn chips.
Ooh, I'm getting some good ideas from y'all, chat. This is good. I'm taking notes. This is very good. Croutons in your chili. Yeah, I usually use a slow cooker for my chili, absolutely. But you have to understand, I don't live up north anymore. I don't have the luxury of being able to put my slow cooker in my garage and expecting that to like keep my food fresh because it's, like negative something outside and my garage then is like 20 degrees. Yeah, I can't do that. That was like the only nice thing about having like the really cold days is like your garage acted like a second freezer up in Buffalo.
Yes.
I don't know if you have that, but yeah.
We call it like the Canadian ice box. Like just literally put your beers outside on the porch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, you get it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
That's the other thing I tend to do with like soups and chilies and stuff is I tend to put depending on the recipe I tend to put a little bit of beer in my stuff and it cooks off really well. It tastes really good. Flavor locks in.
This is probably one of my least favorite moons in the whole game.
This one right here. Oh, I've died in this room before.
Yeah,
I get that.
It's just messy. You can't control where the pans go. But it's okay. Didn't cause too much problems, thankfully. And I also, Talk to has been really, really, really nice. Now that I've complimented him, he's gonna probably do the opposite.
You spoke too loud. I told you the game's sentient.
I know. But he has been really nice. He's done a pretty good job of like pairing the sub area moons and luncheon together for me. Hopefully that continues, please. Please, I love you.
I warned you before we went into this kingdom. It was going to make me hungry. I wasn't wrong about that. And I love talking about random stuff on this show, hence part of the theme,
Yes.
Who knows what we end up talking about? Ooh, French onion's pretty good, too. Yeah, I like French onion.
I am a big fan of a French onion, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. There we go. You just need a handful more. 14, I think.
Where are we on moons right now, Dangerous? I'm just looking at what time we got left here.
So we need, oh man, again, if my math is correct, which I'm not entirely sure, but
Yeah.
We need 14 more here, 13 more here, plus we need 16 in Bowser's. Means we should have about 220 at the moment.
Okay. Oh, dang now the corn on the cob's making me... I told you, this kingdom is... I couldn't speedrun this game. I'd get to this kingdom and I'd be hangry by then.
Bring all the boys over here. We got Love Above the Lava.
Oh, this was so cute. I like these. Aww. Goombas are so cute in this game.
Yes. I agree. Yeah, and we still have our fast out here. We just have to go to the top of the meat plateau and get the 3 moons for free at the top. So when we're ready to leave, it should be nice and quick. Okay, I think I just got both. Yeah, I did. Nice. Thank you, Talkatoo, for continuing to do the thing. We got both of the ones that were in that sub area. Ow. This sub area right here.
Dangers, you're doing so great. I mean, again, I cannot thank you enough for having this. This routing on the fly has been really entertaining. And again, y'all, please, please, please do me a favor and follow Dangers. Dangers deserves your follow. Very entertaining stream. Very cute emotes. Just a really chill community in general. So please be sure to give him a follow again. That is at twitch.tv/Dangers. Please do that.
Thank you, Sky.
Yeah.
And also right back at you, though, if you watch this show, you're probably already following Sky. But if you're not, what's wrong with you? What did go do it now?
And I'm sorry for anyone who I made hungry. I couldn't help it, though.
Yeah.
It just has a good vibe to it, you know?
We can blame the kingdom, honestly. I'm down with that. I might be getting towards the end of what is available in this kingdom, but that's actually kind of a good thing because I can only think of some fast ones, really. We also only need 8 more. Overlooking, yeah. This one. And then once we're finished luncheon, we'll go to Ruined. Ruined, we're going to get 3 moons, but Talkatoo doesn't actually exist there. So we're going to just have to grab those 3 moons and leave. And then we'll have Bowser's Kingdom, which will appear... did I get this one? It'll appear as though we are just kind of doing any percent for the first part, but that's because Talkatoo does not exist in the kingdom until you've kind of completed the story there. And then we will be able to get Talkatoo to give us our final moons. And then we'll be off to Moon, where we gotta interrupt a wedding. And if all goes well, we'll have enough moons to go to Darkside. Assuming we still have time to spare anyway. If we don't, that's okay.
Oh, no, we're good right now. I'll keep you informed. But no, just keep doing your thing. We're having a great time here. And I think I speak for myself and chat. Everyone seems to be pretty chill right now. So we're doing well.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a green light to me. So I'll just keep going as best as we can here.
Yeah. And again, y'all, that estimate was only like a rough idea. Again, this is not Mercy Kill, so as long as we have time, Dangers can continue to keep going as long as he would like. So, someone asked, how do you jump out of the lava like a corkscrew?
So in this game, like the directions for using captures and stuff will always appear on the screen when you get in them, but they almost are always hiding a secret mechanic, and that secret mechanic is usually engaged when you shake the controller. Oh, I jumped too far. So in the case of the lava bubble, you can do like a regular jump, but you can also just shake the controller instead, and you'll do like a lower, faster corkscrew jump. But a lot of captures in the game actually do have some sort of like hidden mechanic like that. Oh, I missed it again. Okay, I'm just gonna ride the platform. You can do a cheeky little jump and cross the gap a little early, but I'm going to play it safe. Okay, so we're at 32 of 36 in this kingdom. I need to go back. We need 3 more Talkatoo moons. What do we got? Piled on the salt, yeah. Oh, that's the only one you have for me. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess we just complete the story and we'll have to get 5 at the end, which is not a bad deal. It's not too bad. I wasn't able to do my double strategy in Luncheon because there's just simply not enough. That's fine. But yeah, we're going to get these 3 for free. Then we'll get piled on the salt, which is right by the Odyssey. And then we can go to Ruined. Everybody's favorite kingdom.
I don't know if anyone's favorite kingdom is Ruined.
No, you're right. I think I'm pretty sure that most people just fall asleep during Ruined Kingdom. Dragon's pretty cool, but
oh yeah,
all there is an auto scroller, and then we're just kind of waiting for the game to put us in Bowser's. So
I always thought like it feels like it's so removed from a Mario game, right? Like I almost feel like we're in Skyrim. The minute I see that dragon, I'm like, this does not feel right to me, like at all. Like this does not feel like Mario suddenly. Yeah, Super Dark Souls Kingdom. Yeah, that's another interpretation for sure. For sure.
Yeah, definitely wasn't expecting a Dark Souls boss in a Mario game, but that's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, it is a very contrasty aesthetic. It's like when you played Kingdom Hearts for the first time, and then all of a sudden you see Sephiroth, and it's like, this doesn't feel like it fits. It's like it's like that scene in Anchorman where Brick looks over at Veronica, and you got that long camera glance. It's like, you're not Ron.
Yeah.
It's like that same kind of like, this isn't Mario. I mean, just how different aesthetically this dragon looks from like an art perspective here.
Definitely. I also, when they showed the initial, like the very first trailer for Odyssey, I had that same impression when like what they showed primarily was the Metro Kingdom and they had like the real people in it.
Yeah.
I had that same impression. I was like, wait, this is a Mario game? Like, what is he doing in the real world? Like, what's going on here?
Well, here's the other thing. So here's my other thought. Bowser, we can all agree Bowser for a villain is kind of slightly derpy, right? Like, that's just the way Bowser always is, you know, classic.
Yeah, he's
Nintendo
designed that
villain.
way.
Right. How in the heck would this dragon even listen to something like Bowser? This is like one of those things where, like, you know, Mario takes all these chains out of this dragon's head and then the dragon just goes right for Bowser. Like, I see that being like a reality.
Yeah. A little bit of a plot hole, perhaps.
Yeah, like, how does Bowser control this dragon? I don't buy it. Like, yes, I know what some people are thinking. Sky, this is where you choose to suspend your belief. This is a game about a mean turtle trying to marry a princess, a human prince. Yeah, I get this. But like, just bear with me here, okay? You don't think this dragon's working for Bowser at all? I mean, that was like a mind control device, was it not? At least that's like what I always saw that as.
I mean, there has to be something different because like the actual dragon is really chill. He just kind of lies there. Like when you come back to the kingdom later and he's obviously not mind controlled, he's just chilling. You can even talk to him and he just kind of like lets out a little huff. He's just hanging out. He's not doing anything wrong. And then Bowser puts something on his head that makes him all angry. So definitely something going on there. All right, I think that brings us to 229.
Okay, Dangerous, you have to explain this to me. I think I get the gist of it. What's with this rubber band copy pasta?
So,
Is that a meme?
yeah, we might perhaps maybe have like a running gag in our stream about Ruined Kingdom being really boring.
Right.
The origins of the copy pasta actually don't come from my community, though. They come from Liam, Super Mario 64 speedrunner, who somebody said, like, everybody kind of agrees that when you're watching 120 speedruns of Super Mario 64, that Big Boo's Haunt is kind of, you know, the pace of it is really slow. There's not a whole lot going on. It's not the most exciting level in the game. A lot of people kind of just agree that it's the most boring one. And someone came in and said that. Basically verbatim, the words that you're reading on your screen right now.
Yeah.
And it became a copy pasta specifically for that. But it was Big Boo's Haunt instead, you know.
That's some good lore.
I thought it was really funny. I just kind of reworked it for Ruined Kingdom, and it really did stick. The last time that I showcased Super Mario 60, I actually showed Super Mario 64 at Fastest Furs at FWA in May.
Okay. Yeah.
And when we got to Big Boo's Haunt, somebody in the audience had brought a pack of rubber bands and started handing them out to everybody when we got to Big Boo's Haunt. And everybody in the background was just playing with them. So I was not privy to this, by the way. I did not know that he was going to do this. But I look back during Big Boo's Haunt and everybody's just playing rubber bands. I thought it was amazing.
That is, so here's the thing. If this is a big copy pasta in your community, it seems that way. Like where's the Dangers rubber band emote?
True.
I mean, I had to ask, ask Dangers about his early promise of donuts. Oh, you're making me hungry again. Okay. Well, what about your early promise of donuts?
My early promise of donuts?
Yeah, that's what Chad said.
This one I'm confused by. I think I need a little bit more context.
All right, we need a little bit more than that then for poor Dangers. All you did was just make me hungry. And trust me, I was already hungry from the last kingdom. This has been fun.
All right.
Yeah, we're still working on the setup for the next show right now, so you get a little bit, and again, thank you so much for the flexibility, Dangers. We get a little bit of extra Dangers content tonight.
Yeah, sure. Whenever the upcoming run is ready, if you need to call it, then that's totally fine. But keep going. Yeah, I'll keep the show rolling until we get to Dark Side if we get there.
Yeah, literally rolling, literally.
Yeah, Mario is rolling around a lot. It's true.
Not Ruined Kingdom. Sorry, I didn't know we were counting Ruined Kingdom. I was talking about luncheon.
Yeah, there we go.
He used to promise Subs donuts in the mail as a joke. Ooh.
Oh, that's true.
Back when Tim Hortons, was owned by a good company. I do love me some old school Timmies.
Yeah. If you're going on a Canadian road trip, was it even a Canadian road trip if you didn't get Tim Hortons?
No, it wasn't. They built them in Buffalo back in 94, 95 or so. So I grew up with Timmy's.
I knew that actually. It's like probably the most Timmy's that you can find in any American city. I've been there, and it was interesting to see the comparison, I guess.
I mean, now they're owned at least in the U.S. by something different, which kind of stinks. But I'll tell you something. Back when I was a kid, it was actual Timmy's, and it's so good. Oh, I miss old school Timmy's. I remember when the iced cappuccino first came out. Oh my gosh, that was such a big deal.
Oh yeah, ice caps. People still love them.
What I would give for a Tim Hortons ice cap. I wonder if those are still actually any good, because that's technically not like the baked goods that everyone's had governed. I think the coffee is still fine, from what I can understand. I think it was just the baked goods that kind of went downhill.
Their food menu's gone through a lot of changes, I think.
That's such a shame. It used to be
Definitely a
so
lot more.
good.
Yeah, they're a lot more complicated than just like a bakery, like bake shop. Now they do like dinner and stuff.
Oh, you used to be able to get like soup in a bread bowl and stuff there, which was great.
I mean, but it's definitely evolved past that now, I guess. They're being a little experimental.
Oh, they didn't need to. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I feel that way about a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying.
How long is it going to take before people just understand if the basic formula is something's not broken, don't try to fix it?
You must always be changing and growing.
Boo.
It is the way of the world. I agree with you, though.
Yeah. Especially with food, right? Like if something's going well with food, don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. All right. So the benefit of doing the story stuff is that we just get these 6 moons from the story for free right at the beginning, and then we just have to collect 10 more to double the 8 that we require. And we also get to do the story stuff first and kind of get it out of the way, and then the kingdom's just open and ready for us to explore if we want. And I get to show off all the speedrun stuff too, because why not?
This was always reminding me of, like, this boss in particular reminded me of a boss that could be in Splatoon.
Oh yeah, Splatoon?
I mean, this reminds me of a Splatoon boss. It's like a goofy cube with, like, you know, the characters inside bubbles. This is very Splatoon-esque.
That's actually a good point, yeah.
I mean, a lot of the Donk bosses were also kind of Splatoon-esque.
The Donkey Kong Bonanza?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
especially the ones that could be
appearance.
Yeah. Especially the ones that could be like broken away. I think that there's just like almost like a texture element that would belong in a Splatoon game.
Oh yeah.
All right. 6 moons. Kingdom's open. We're going to go talk to Talkatoo. We're going to hope we don't get bad ones. Ones that I don't really want to see. I don't really want to see the sub area because I want to be a chef, but at the same time, it won't really matter because we'll change for the wedding. And honestly, a lot of Bowser's Kingdom is not too bad. There's a lot of warping, but that's why I collected all the checkpoints along the way, so we don't have to worry about that. No more Brutals, right? Well, if we do end up getting to Dark Side, we're going to have to deal with the Brutals one more time. Poke your nose in the plaster wall, okay? Well, we got a sub area and past the moving wall. Okay. Not a great start, I'll admit, but that's okay. Past the moving wall is just over here, and just like in Wooded Kingdom, the solution is to just jump off the side. And not actually do the puzzle that they intended for you to do at all. We got Poke Your Nose in the Plaster Wall, which I believe is this one. Not this one. This one.
I feel like overall Talkatoo has been pretty okay. I'm gonna say pretty okay because I still believe the game's sentient.
Yeah, it could change on you now. Now that you've said that, we do still have some moons remaining. Anything can happen, but I would agree. Yeah, I would say that the RNG has actually been quite friendly today, with the exception of treasure made from coins. You never love to see that one, but. Okay. Bowser Castle's treasure vault. We also got. Which one did we get? Treasure inside the turret. Okay. It's a bit out of the way, but that's not too bad.
Oh, yeah, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about as you're getting close to Dark Side here. I did want to remind folks that wonderful merch that you were seeing on the break screen earlier, the Hotfix summer merch, it is the last call for Hotfix tees. Make sure to grab your limited edition Coop mascot shirts by Monday, August 18th, before they're gone for good. Plus, check out our Hotfix keychain and sticker pack only at theyeti.com/GDQ. I did pick up the keychain and the Coop shirt, and I can tell you all, they are super cute. So do not miss your opportunity to pick them up. They are so much fun. So just wanted to let folks know before they were gone.
Yeah, don't miss out.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. So now we're at Bowser's. So we have a few moons left here. Do you have to go through the credits? I want to say no.
We can skip the credits.
Yeah. Oh, you can skip the credits. Great.
We can indeed. So we'll get to the credits. And we will just, it is a skippable cutscene. There's probably about 30 to 45 seconds of like cutscene. But again, it's in the grand scheme of things, not too bad. And then I'm just going to collect like 5. I think I'll have 5 moons left to collect from Mushroom. And then Dark Side will be completed. And we'll have done it without having to revisit any kingdoms except for like painting chain reasons, I guess.
Yeah. Is there a Takatu in the Mushroom Kingdom?
There is.
Oh, nice. I did not know that.
Yeah. The only kingdoms he's not in are Cloud and Ruined, and he's also not in Darker Side. Iron Fence. So that's 4 more. Just 4 more. I did get 1 in a sub area, so I'm trying very hard to wait for the combo and hope that we don't get another sub area in the meantime. Sunken treasure in the moat, that's actually nice. And that is the painting. Okay, so, or the outfit one rather. So that's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. Sunken treasure is over here. Should probably start collecting some purples. Takatu might want me to. What'll it be, Captain? Inside a block in the castle. Bad. Acceptable. That is this one right here. The smarter dangers would have picked up some purple coins along the way, but that's okay.
Hey, you've been trying to route on the fly for a few hours now, Dangers. Come on.
That's true. I'm allowed to make a mistake or two. And we get to showcase some bird action, I suppose. I don't know if it's actually faster to warp or not, but yeah, speaking of shaking the controller, somebody was asking how I get those like spinny lava bubble jumps. Same thing with the bird. You can shake the controller and get like a big spin jump, which is a lot faster than just doing a regular jump, a regular fling, I guess. One more after this. I'm going to talk to Talkatoo again because the 2 moons I have are a little stinky. And if I get a really bad one, I'm just going to warp to the Odyssey and I'll let Mushroom Kingdom deal with it. What do we got? Found behind bars. Easy peasy. So I'm going to do... something called a vector, which is basically as you're falling, you want to kind of follow in a curved line rather than just going straight on, because just the way that the game calculates momentum, it can give you a lot more of it if you kind of go in a curve. The game has to try and calculate it differently, and you just pick up a bunch of speed and go soaring. That's how you're able to cross really big gaps and make really long jumps. And you're going to see another one in Moon Kingdom right at the beginning here, because we're going to use it to cross across the kingdom very quickly. But yeah, Talkatoo is in Moon Kingdom, but only after the credits roll. So we're not going to be picking up any moons in Moon Kingdom. We're just going to go straight to the finale here.
So we get a little bit of any percent dangers temporarily.
Yeah, that's right. We're at 245 out of 250. Honestly, so timing-wise, I was pretty skeptical that we would be able to do it in precisely 3 hours because Darker Side takes 6, and that's double the moons. And usually takes about 6.5, 7 to kind of complete 500 moons. So I was kind of imagining that it would be hard to do this challenge, but we got pretty close, honestly. We got pretty close.
Oh, absolutely. And again, just because of the way timing and scheduling worked out tonight, I'm glad we're going to be able to finish this. So
absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
And there's a pretty cool trick in Dark Side that obviously doesn't get shown very much because not very many people do the Dark Side speedrun that I will attempt. And if it all goes well, then Dark Side will be even faster. So
nice.
We'll see how that goes. Oops.
I always like that trick.
Yes. Day 1 discovery, by the way. So we've never in a speedrun had to do the Moon Cave ever, which is a shame because it is a very fun part of the game. Tests all your all your platform challenges and has banging music. But too slow.
I'm just glad nothing skips, not the sequence, but the end sequence, because I love the Lead the Way music that happens after this.
Yeah.
Such a good track for a Mario game. It gives very like Sonic Adventure Live and Learn vibes too.
It's exactly what I thought when I heard it the first time, yeah.
Yeah, it stands out. It's another thing that stands out on this game.
Yeah, I was never expecting a Mario game to have lyrics in its soundtrack.
Yeah.
So it was a surprise, that's for sure.
And this is Bowser's trying to be. I swear, like the person who watched this must have watched Back to the Future. This is a very Biff Tannen vibe that Bowser has here.
Oh yes, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, very Biff Tannen.
Right. Third phase done. 3 tail swipes. Punch, punch, punch. 1 more tail swipe. Punch, punch, punch. And as is tradition, we're going to try our best to do one of the hardest tricks in the game. This is called 2DSS by the community. Stands for 2D section skip. And very, very difficult. That DSS trick that I did at the beginning to skip Dino Skip, you basically have to do that like 2 or 3 times in a row. is very difficult. So if I don't get it, I don't get it. That's okay. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to try. I always love showcasing stuff. It's whenever I get a chance to be on GDQ, it's always try and show as many tricks as I possibly can, because this game does have a lot of them, and they're all really cool. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, I did hit my head, but I can try again. I hit my head, but I can try again. I hit my head, but I can try again. Okay, that time. Shoot.
It was worth a try.
Worth a try, yeah. I'll give it like one more pass.
Okay.
That is kind of the danger of going for that trick, is that the edge of the platform is right there. But I will give it one more pass, and if it doesn't work, then I'll just go through the pipe.
Okay.
But, yeah, this is one of those feel tricks. You gotta like you have your on days where you just can't seem to miss it, and then you have your days like seemingly today where the game is just like, nah, not today. You just kind of have to accept it. Yep.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay. I'll just go in here.
Yeah, you're like me. I'm just like, ah. That's okay. It still looks really cute in 2D.
Yeah, and there is a skip you can do there where you kind of just jump across or jump above your head with like a curved jump instead of going around the whole track. So you do save a couple seconds doing that. I remember back in the early days of speedrunning this game when that was like the hardest trick, and it was right at the end, so it made everybody nervous. And now we just, not only do we just skip it, but it's like, you know, speedrunners can do it in their sleep.
Yeah. I love this song.
Will that hit? Oh, just wide. So again, secret shaking mechanics. If you shake the controller, Bowser throws a fireball. So we can do that long distance. We try and shoot the pillars from as far away as we possibly can to save ourselves some time. And then just go around swiping at the ones that we do end up being quick enough to touch until the middle falls apart. And I would usually say that time is when Bowser shoots out of the wire here, but we're going to the post games today. And not for very long. So we only need 5 more moons. I kind of mentally mathed it out so that we would reach the end of the game at about 243, 245. Which means we just have to stick around in Mushroom Kingdom for just a tiny little bit, and then we can go to Dark Side. The frogs hanging around the moon rock here.
They big chillin'.
Oh, they big chillin'.
Now, if this was any percent, Dangers would have been done hours ago. This is a little different.
Yeah. My current any percent personal best on the Switch 2, which does have a little extra time save because it loads faster, is 57:29. I was grinding that category before Donkey Kong came out and stole all my attention, but it is a very fun speedrun. I do advocate for it if you enjoy platformer games or you enjoyed this game, which a lot of people did. I feel like it's a very accessible speedrun. I feel like the community is really good and very large, and there's always a place that you can go to kind of have your questions answered. Oh boy. Good start, Talkatoo. Oh my goodness, you're kidding me.
Is that bad?
Oh, very bad.
Oh no, Talkatoo.
Yeah, he really did not do me any favors there.
While we are doing this, by the way, do you have any shout-outs, Dangers?
Yes. I guess the one shout-out that I already made before is like I was prepared for this, was the Odyssey community. Again, if you're interested in Odyssey runs, you like watching them, you want to give them a try, I think the Odyssey community has a lot of incredible resources. So it makes it pretty easy to get into, which is awesome. And A shout out to my community as well, because I would not be here without the support of the folks that come and watch my stream all the time. So I'm very, very grateful to be able to come here and showcase just playing Mario games, doing what I love. You know what I mean? So big thanks to all of them for making that possible. And a lot of them are here watching, of course. So kisses out to you guys. All right. So this was particularly bad because we got a sub area, we got the picture match, and we got Yoshi's All Filled Up. And Yoshi's All Filled Up is the third of 3 moons that Yoshi can spawn by giving him lots of fruits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cash in a little bit on that that little deal we had earlier, you know. I'm gonna say oopsie and eat all the Yoshi fruits and count all those moons because I don't want us to run too far out of time.
Yeah, we definitely have something coming up very, very soon here. We do have another show, so we definitely want to make sure we stay close to that. So exactly. I think you paid enough of a penalty earlier in a couple spots.
Yeah, so that's why I'm going to take a little creative liberty here. I am going to change into the 64 outfit, and I guess we'll get to wear that for Darker Side. That's cool.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, Dark Side. But yeah, that
and
was...
then when is time for this, by the way, Dangerous, just so we know?
Time for this is when I complete Dark Side. I will beat the boss, the Robo Brutal refight. There's a multi-moon that spawns, and when I touch the multi-moon is when time will be.
Gotcha. All right.
All right. So to feed Yoshi all the fruit, I actually need to quickly unplug the remote.
I love the Mario 64 outfit.
It's real good. I think you can also enter the sub area if you're wearing the Metal Mario. Don't quote me on that though, because the Metal Mario is also in like the low poly form. But that requires you to pay coins, which I don't really have a whole lot of at the moment.
Loving this. You can drain the moat, and there's a Yabby on the roof. That sounds about right.
All right. So I'm going to go on a little fruit adventure. That's moon number 1. Come on now. There we go. This one. This one. Yeah. So remember how we were saying, oh yeah, the RNG in the run, not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, this
has been really nice overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
We really did speak too soon. Saved the worst for last.
I didn't think there was something this bad in Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah. Mushroom Kingdom is actually probably the worst specifically for Talkatoo, because there are a lot of instances where you can kind of get stuck. Not necessarily like soft locked. Also, did I miss some fruit somewhere? I must have. Not necessarily because you can get soft locked somewhere, but because you can run into these circumstances basically where you get stuck behind other ones. It is possible to be like completely soft locked in this kingdom, even if you are doing things like making the seeds grow faster, which is very unfortunate. Is there more? Oh yeah, Yoshi can bonk, by the way. Did I forget some somewhere? I am so confused. I might just have to not, but then I don't get any more Talkatoo moons. This is interesting. Okay. Oh, I remember. I remember now. Come with me, sir. I remember where we missed one.
Aw.
Here we go. In the tunnel. Okay, now we're good.
So 2 more moons?
2 more, and then we get to darker side. Yeah, sorry, dark side.
Nice.
What do we have? You're kidding me, right? Wow, this guy. Get a load of this guy. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Captain Toad.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get the Shop Moon, and then we're going to leave.
Good idea, just for the sake of time, yeah. And
Yeah.
again, as a reminder, y'all, when we are done with this, we are going to be closing out quickly because our next run will be ready. So I just want to remind you all, this isn't the end of our GDQ Hotfix broadcast for tonight. So just wanted to give a quick reminder that when time happens, everything will happen very quickly. So again, Dangerous, I want to thank you for being here and spending a little bit of even extra time here tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me once again. I apologize for going over a little bit.
No, don't. No. This was a showcase. I mean, we knew that anything could happen tonight. So I appreciate your flexibility, Dangers.
Yeah, of course. All right, there we go. 250 moons in the Odyssey. So now we do Dark Side. And Dark Side is one of the 2 challenge kingdoms that you unlock for having an extra amount of moons after the end of the game. And this kingdom is actually 2-parter. The first part is a boss gauntlet where you face off against all of the brutals, the bunnies, again, except in low gravity. And then when you finish that, you have to fight the Robo Brutal in low gravity. I actually think that the Robo Brutal fight is easier in low gravity because you can jump up to the top a lot easier in low gravity. But the other fights can actually be quite difficult. However, we don't necessarily need to do them because if you just go around the loading zones, then you can kind of just not worry about it. So I'm going to try. Yeah, okay, so that's 1. Now, the risky part about this is that I do want to avoid touching the poison. If I do die, it sends me to the back, like to the start of the entire gauntlet, which is a bit of a problem. So I do have to execute this flawlessly. Now, you might be wondering, why are you not skipping Harriet? I don't know why this is a thing, but for some reason, Harriet... Oh dear, okay. Hold on. If you were to do the same skip, you could get all the way to the door, but as soon as you touch the door, it just activates the fight anyway. We don't know why. Harriet is the only one who cannot be skipped by doing this trick jump over the poison. Because I guess she's just girl bossing it. That's really all I can think of. But yeah, so all of the rest of the bunnies can be skipped, but not Harriet. So we do have to do this fight. The other 2 we will skip past as well. There we go. And I usually play this game with the Pro-Con controller, but I actually have to switch to Joy-Cons for this. And the reason that I have to switch to Joy-Cons for this is because the jump requires you to do a down throw in the air, which is not something that Pro-Cons actually are physically capable of doing, which is very, very strange. I don't know why that is, but this trick does require a down throw in the air, so I have to switch over to Joy-Cons. Oh, okay, I touched the barrier, I suppose.
As they would say in Finding Nemo, touch the butt.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. Oh, heck.
There we go.
It's all right, though. You didn't die. You didn't die.
Didn't die, yeah. And
We still take that. We still take that one to the bank.
as long as the boss doesn't do anything too bad. Again, this is just Spewart, so not too difficult.
Oh, we were just talking about this boss earlier.
Yeah. This time the arena is circular, and it's low gravity. And I did actually let him get away once, so He did give me a lot more trouble. I think he finally kind of caught up to my teasing earlier. But wasn't a match for me all the same. And then the last fight is Rango, but we are going to do the thing to try and skip him if we can. Yeah, dying would be worst case scenario because we go back to the beginning, but having to face off against one of them is not that big a deal. Oops. There we go.
All right.
And that is all the brutals down. 2 for 4 and skip the other 2. So that's kind of nice. Now all we have to do is the Robo Brutal fight. The final boss of Darkside. And, oops, similar to the way that the fight works in normal gravity, we're just going to hit each individual bubble. One at a time. Just kind of slower and floatier. He's going to take a step over here. We're going to stay on top. Now, during this phase where he's running around and his legs are rainbow colored, he's invulnerable, so I can't hit him. I have to wait for him to stop moving before I hit the next bubble. And that's the final hit. So now we get to watch the cinematic of the boss blowing up, and there just happen to be pyrotechnics inside of there, and the fireworks are conveniently in the shape of all 4 enemies that we just defeated. It's almost like they were planning for their own death. But, you know, to each their own, I guess. And bunnies, you do what you want. Moon comes down from the ceiling. And time.
All right. Congratulations, Dangers. And again, thank you so much for being here. Again, this is not the end of our GDQ broadcast. Thank you, Dangers, for being on. Be sure to check him out and stay tuned for Game Masters coming right up after the break.